giant. Andre was big, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small, no, no, no. Andre could drink, and he could fight. Drink, 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 and a fight, fight, fight. Andre was big, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small, no, no, no. Andre could drink, and he could fight. Drink, 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 and a fight, fight, fight. Andre the Giant. Andre was big, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small, no, no, no. Andre was great, he was not bad. A great big heart and a great big man. Andre was big, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small, no, no, no. Andre could drink, and he could fight. Drink, 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 and a fight, fight, fight. Andre the Giant.
From Grenoble, France.
All right, we're back. Welcome to the Hetty Award-winning, In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I am the internet icon and the man that the Hettyverse loves to hear sing. I am handsome Jackie Jones, along with my right-hand man,
luscious biceps, 1-inch biceps, the power goat, whatever you would like.
Bah! I'm going to throw a bah out there. What do you think about that?
If you want to do it, you can take it over if you want.
All right. I'll just start I'll do it. You give me an intro, I'll take it.
Anyhow, Jack.
Any excuse to make myself into a fool, I am right there.
Yeah. You're pretty good about that, too.
Yeah, it's good times. It's good times.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween this week, intro. It was Halloween.
Halloween Raw with the Muppets.
2 days ago, Halloween. What did you do? Were you dressed up as Cena? Were you going around telling little kids you can't see me? I got your 5-knuckle shuffle right here, buddy. What the hell were you doing?
I passed out some candy. I went to Pizza Hut. That's about it. Watch Raw.
I broke tradition.
What'd you do?
The last 4 years, I've got a pizza delivered, and then I give the pizza man some candy, and I tell him that's a hell of a pizza man costume. And this year I didn't do it.
Oh, he must have been so disappointed.
I was sitting around with a bloody apron and a mat, and then I didn't get one trick or treater because no kids don't leave the house around my area.
How many did you get the year before?
I think 2.
While I was passing out candy.
Oh, I thought you were just passing out.
No. I had about 25 or so it wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then, my mom took over on the duties. I went to go get the pizza from the Pizza Hut.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Hey.
Not much to really report, I guess. Sorry.
Yeah. Nothing happened. But, what can you do? You check the website at iwatchwrestling.com, and you click on the link where it says YouTube. There's a new milestone here on the YouTube page.
Oh, yeah?
It is surpassed the 1 million views.
1 million views and going strong.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. So check that out. There'll be some horror movie reviews up sometime in there, probably sometime this week. And, of course, a new prize wheel. And also for Halloween, there hasn't been a lot of entries, but there's been some. And some are very bizarre. But anyway, if you have a picture of yourself in your Halloween costume, you send it over to us at Jackie'sBagBrother@hotmail.com. And there's going to be a special Halloween prize wheel with special Halloween prizes on it for the best costume.
Excellent.
It's pretty sweet. All right. So what is going down? We're supposed to have a guest here this evening. We're supposed to have Sami Callihan from Dragon Gate USA, from Combat Zone Wrestling, but apparently he's going to be on later in the show, or possibly not at all, which is probably what I'm leaning towards, but you never know. He might be here, might not. But if not, we're going to talk about the wrestling, the world of professional wrestling.
Always enjoy talking the world of professional wrestling with you, Jack. Always brighten my day. But one thing I'd like to get out of the way before we started the show. You know, I don't quite make a whole lot of money. I kind of work a close to a minimum wage job. So I decided to start up my business, a business I'd like to call Oneinchbiceps Sports Bookings, LLC.
Really?
Yes. And I gave out a free tip for people to kind of get a little bit of interest up, you know, and some people took these tips, and they made some bets, and I gotta apologize for my tip. It didn't work out.
Man.
Yeah.
So there's people out there, it's hard times in America. They're taking their hard-earned money. Say, how the hell am I'm gonna turn this, $50 into $100, so you can pay the rent, I can eat, and I'm gonna get some advice from the
you gotta put it like that, you know. You gotta pay the rent.
Well, you gotta get new shoes for my kids.
I swear, man, my sources told me that this is what was going to happen, you know? And now that you're putting it like that, the people are trying to pay the rent and putting money out, and then I give them a bad tip. I just look like a moron, you know?
Man.
But anyhow, you know, my sources told me, all right? They said Kermit was going to go over. He was going to be the champ, beating Del Rio. And if you watched Raw, it didn't even come close to that.
No, but I'll put this out there. Kermit the Frog's probably they do a better job of putting him over than they do their own champion Del Rio.
That's true, yeah. But I apologize. I don't know. I mean, I look like an idiot here. The person who told me this, I can't reveal my sources. They've been put on double probation.
Man.
It's just unacceptable that they would give me such a bad tip.
I mean, no one's going to be coming over and, breaking your kneecaps or anything, are they?
I don't know. I mean, you know, I've wasted a lot of people's money, man. I'll make it up to them, though. I'll come back with a better tip.
Man, so if their kids have to go to school with no shoes, just socks, wet socks, they can't pay the rent, they can't make the car payments, they got to start riding a 10-speed bike. I mean, I hope you feel proud of yourself.
I mean, damn it, they said the frog was going over. That's what they told me.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
What about Minivan? Van's there, and his wife, Ricky, and the minivan. She's like, "Daddy, please buy me the new Tickle Me Elmo for Christmas." All the kids are talking about it, and now I can't do it. No Furbies, no, all the cool toys. Everyone's buying in 2011. He can't get them now.
I'm sorry, Minivan. I'm sorry about your Furby.
Now what she can look under the Christmas tree, and there's gonna be a figure made out of popsicle sticks.
God, I feel terrible.
And used ones. Then he got out of the trash because he couldn't even afford to buy popsicles to eat, so he could have sticks to make a figure for his daughter.
I'll make it up to him. I swear. I don't know how, but I'm gonna get a good tip. And I'm gonna put something out there where somebody can make some good bets. But I heard the frog backed out.
Hey.
I heard he was afraid of getting hurt. That's what I heard. But
I think he just respected the business too much. He was like, I haven't paid my dues. I'm not going out there and taking you guys top belt. I think it was pretty upstanding of a Kermit.
Unlike David Arquette?
Mm-hmm.
Man. David Arquette, he's still on Dancing with the Stars, though.
I didn't know he got voted off.
Former WCW heavyweight champion.
He got voted off yesterday.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm sorry.
The Thing got voted, Bono got voted off last week, and then he was voted off this week.
Damn.
All right. But anyway, let's talk about some wrestling intro because it was Halloween night.
All right. I'll reorganize here. I'm ready to talk some wrestling.
All right, so you're handing out the present. You're handing out candy. It's freaking Halloween. Halloween's going on. Raw's going on. The Muppets are on there. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. Some people hated the fact that they didn't even be on it. I gotta say, I thought the Muppets, and we'll get into more detail, but overall, for Raw, I thought the Muppets were the highlight of the show.
They were pretty funny. Yeah, they had some moments where they made me laugh. I thought it was a little awkward, that segment with Santino and Jack Swagger and then Kelly and all that. I thought that was a little... It wasn't so hot.
Yeah. But I think the Santino should keep this gimmick. Santino, he's got freaking Beaker there. Beaker gives him this potion, which apparently can get by the wellness policy. He downs it, gets a burst of energy, and he beats the guy, wins.
Well, Munson, he's a smart man. He can put together a good concoction that could pass the wellness policy. So,
what if he kept this gimmick? I mean, he doesn't need Beaker and Munson, but what if he would have a potion in his corner? He's kind of like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. He's getting beat up. It looks like it's all done for him. He crosses the corner, downs the potion. He makes a comeback and wins. What do you think?
it'd be good stuff.
I think it's a keeper.
But are they going to be able to afford Beaker every show?
No, they don't need Beaker. He can just have the potion.
Just the potion.
Yeah, or he can get a new manager and a lab coat.
The potion that he got, though, it looked like it was flat. Because the one from before, it was bubbling a lot more.
Bubbling?
Yeah.
Well, it settles down.
Oh, okay.
Well, what about if he had a manager who was a mad scientist?
Who would make a good mad scientist in WWE?
Who would be good? It would have to be an older guy. He can't be like a young mad scientist.
Who would make a good mad... Whippleman.
Harvey Whippleman. I can see Whippleman doing that. Yeah, Harvey Whippleman.
There
Go.
you
Mad scientist. I see it. I see it. I would be for that. That would be a hell of a gimmick.
Haven't had a mad scientist, have we?
Nope. He could give him a potion. They could juice the guy up and say he's they probably do that. Shoot him gamma rays. They could all do all kinds of stuff.
Get Evan Bourne to come in, and they're like, "All right, we're going to change you into a monster," and then and then the camera scrolls away, and it comes back, and that one gas house is standing there. Mason Ryan, yeah.
Throw him in. They put him in a chamber. They hit the switch, opens up. Mason Ryan walks out. That's the new Evan Bourne.
Yeah, that'd be good stuff.
Yeah, this would be a hell of a gimmick. But I thought a lot of the Muppet segments really reminded me when I was a kid and I was watching 80s WWF, because 80s WWF was very silly and kind of bizarre, and it just had that kind of fun factor to me, which I dug. I know some people hated it, but I liked it. I mean, was it a Christian? He's bullying Beaker. There's a lot of Beaker on this show.
Beaker was the go-to. That's probably Vince McMahon's favorite Muppet.
Yeah, Animal. He's banging on the ring bell. It was pretty good stuff. I liked it.
We had the old guys. What's their names?
I don't know their names, but I just always consider them the old dudes.
Yeah, that would complain about everything. They didn't want to talk too bad about the show, but they still talk bad about a few things.
Yeah, they're getting old, so they're not quite as mean. Yeah. But I dug that. I liked Cody, Bag, and Kermit. Kermit looked so sad. It was pretty cool that he had the bag with the holes on the top of the bag.
I like when Kermit said, "Can we talk about this?" And then put the bag over his head.
Here in the chat room, Van saying he thinks Spike Dudley could make a good mad scientist.
Spike Dudley. That might be a good one, yeah. Use your imagination on that one. But I don't know if it beats my Whippleman.
Yeah.
He caused me with a Spike Dudley. We'll see about that.
Spike Dudley, he'd be correcting your grammar.
Yeah, that fucker. It was memorable. Or I said rememberable or something, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Where's memorable?"
He was pissed.
Yeah, I know that fucker. Screw him.
I like that dude though.
Yeah, he was good in ECW. I like the match he had with Mike Awesome. He just destroyed that poor little guy. I mean, he was throwing him through tables and stuff. That was an awesome pay-per-view right there.
Good stuff. Remember that stuff. T.C. Anderson on our board did some research and found out that they only ran like it was like nine ECW shows a year out of the ECW arena, and apparently I believe Combat Zone Wrestling has actually run more shows in the ECW arena than ECW ever did. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, to me that's just not about quantity; it's about quality. People love you remember those shows.
Exactly.
It's weird that people still run that, and it's still called the ECW Arena.
Yeah, it'll be forever known as that, because before that, it was a bingo hall.
Yeah.
I mean, in the wrestling world, that it would always be known as that. There might be some little old lady who'd be like, "Oh, that's the bingo hall." And then they had all these wrestlers, and they did all this crazy stuff.
Yeah. Now, do you think, because we've been looking for locations to hold the headies.
Yes.
Do you think we could rent out the ECW Arena and hold the headies there?
Possibly. I don't know. I think that Philly crowd will probably poop all over us. Except for Slacks. He'd just be telling us to play something.
Yeah. He's in the chat room right now. Check out this YouTube video, Jack. Yes, I'm going to stop the show and check out this YouTube video. People have no sense whatsoever.
No.
But anyway, so what else happened on Raw?
I wonder what kind of video he's sending, though. It does make you wonder.
Yeah. It's probably just some song.
We had a Divas costume battle royal.
Yeah, and at first I was like, this is a PG era, the costumes aren't really that sexy. But then, Kelly was pulling up her pants there when she was going for the stink face. It was a little bit, but overall, it's not like back in the day where you saw a lot of skin.
Yeah, I'm sick of all this. All these people saying, if I wanted to watch girls, I'd go watch girls, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't really want to see them wrestle. I want to see some skin.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the way I am.
You're a perv.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of seeing skin, you ain't gonna see Maryse's skin anymore. She's out. She's gone from the WWE.
Damn, that sucks. She was one of my favorites, but they weren't doing much with her recently.
Yeah, from what I understand, they said it was partly her decision. It was as much her decision as theirs. She wanted out. But I think they really missed the boat there, because I thought she was the best diva in WWE.
As far as heels, yeah. She would really play up to the crowd and everything, and she really came off like she had this cocky attitude. So.
Yeah. Some people pissed at me when I said that. They're like, "Oh, you're crazy. She sucks." But she's just hot. But there was more to her than just being hot. Not all wrestling is just being able to technically do, hurricanranas and 450 splashes and all these moves. The biggest part of wrestling is connecting with the audience. And she had that down when she was in the ring. She knew how to get herself over as a heel to the crowd. She had the it factor. There's a lot of the divas there, like Eve, for example, who's not even really, technically that bad. She's not that great. But she doesn't connect at all to the crowd when she's out there. It's just, there's, what I'm saying? People don't really react. They don't really care. They cared about Maryse when she was out there.
Most of the biggest superstars in the business know how to do one thing, and that's connect with the crowd.
That's right. You got. Does it matter if you don't know how to do all these moves? If the people are into you, they're into you. If they're not into you and you're doing 10,000 moves that look great but nobody cares, what good does that do anybody?
You could take Ric Flair for an instance, and yeah, he can wrestle, but he also knows how to get the crowd going.
Yeah, he best of both worlds there. Like a Ted DiBiase.
But Hulk Hogan, on the other hand, he's not exactly the greatest wrestler in the world, but hey, you got to watch his matches. Can he connect with the crowd? You better believe it.
Of
You
course.
see those people going crazy whenever he turned face with Sting in the ring? Made no sense, but the fans are going nuts.
Uh-huh.
They're like, he's finally a good guy, yay! And I'm sure they'll hate it after a while.
This in the chat room, Mitch. I think this will sum up your opinion. Afro says my dick went cold the minute Maryse was fired.
Well said. Well said.
It's like when blood runs cold. When Glacier was coming to WCW, this is when your dick turns cold.
He'll have to get the zombie fleshlight for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'll be all over that. All right, so Maryse is gone. She's out of there. One half of the tag team champions, Evan Bourne, he's failed the wellness policy. He's on 30-day suspension.
Man, Evan Bourne? I mean, why are they so concerned about Evan Bourne? I mean, really? There's some other guys that I think would fail the wellness policy, don't you think?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they're not doing it, but he has. I'll be honest. I thought he's looked bigger, but they're saying that that's not what he failed it about. They're saying this is. I don't know how true this is, but people on our board are saying that the word is that he failed it because he was taking synthetic marijuana. That apparently they sell openly at like gas stations in parts of the country.
If it's not an illegal substance, then why does it matter?
I don't know. It's against the wellness policy in WWE.
I don't understand it. Well, I mean, I guess it's good to have things there to, keep people off of doing, like, I don't know, heroin or something, but, I mean, who cares about synthetic marijuana? I mean,
I'll be honest, I only think it matters if it's affecting your performance or you're putting other people in danger. That's my personal view.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think they should just test people for just out of the blue.
Now, you shouldn't come out like Jeff Hardy and just be out of your mind, and then have
right.
to...
Well, then you're affecting the product. You're putting other people's at risk. But if you're doing your job and they have no reason to think, well, there's something wrong with this guy, he's putting people in danger, I don't think they should be testing you. That's my personal view.
Got to have a reason to test somebody.
Right.
But, oh well, whatever. Synthetic weed.
What a dumb thing. But anyway, what sucks though is they've been really doing a good job with their Boom, putting these guys over as like a legitimate tag team that actually matters. They've been winning all their matches. They've been having these belts for a long time, and then this happens. It sucks. And then, which was a theme on Raw. This was my biggest problem, not the Muppets. Was I think almost every was at least three. It was definitely three world champions lost cleanly on the show, yet didn't lose the belts. They just jobbed for no reason. I don't know why they're just so fascinated with doing that. It seems like they get away from it for a couple weeks and then they're right back to doing it.
Big Show beat Del Rio. I remember that happening.
Yeah,
Mark Henry. What happened in his match?
He won, but it was Dolph Ziggler lost clean.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Lost to, who did he lose to? Was it
Zack Ryder?
Oh, Zack Ryder, okay.
Which I thought was a good match. And if storyline they say, oh, well, he beat him and now he gets a title shot, that's cool. But when the champions just lose for no particular reason, like the tag champs losing to this makeshift team that never tagged before, when they just had this long history of keeping the belts, that doesn't do anything but devalue the tag champs.
Is there not a way to build somebody where, you can make him, present him like being a challenger to the champion without beating the champion? I mean, it just seems lazy,
It didn't even seem like that was leading to a feud between them. Just like that was their debut, and the guys they picked to put them over happened to be the tag champs, which this is just dumb. I think it's probably somebody who doesn't really know much about wrestling, and that's what they do. I don't know.
Yeah, but WWE should know better. I mean, how long they've been in the wrestling business, even though they don't want to admit that they're in the wrestling business.
Exactly. It's sports entertainment. We got some people here on the line. Just making sure none of them are Sammy Callahan. 513 area code. Who are you?
My name is Melvin.
All right.
Melvin, how's it going?
I'm all right.
What were you calling in about?
I'm calling because I'm a huge wrestling fan.
Cool. What'd you think about the Muppets on Raw the other night?
My favorite is, I like,
Fozzie Bear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
Did I just guess right, or you were just going to say yes to whatever I said?
Something like that, yeah.
What do you think about?
There go on.
What do you think about Del Rio losing the belt? Do you think that's a good thing?
He didn't lose the belt. He just lost the Big Show.
Well, lost the Big Show without losing the belt. Excuse me.
I wish they had a rematch, you know.
Okay. I don't know. That one wasn't too hot. I wasn't really getting into that match.
I hated the match because now they did a good job of. They just came off a Big Show and Mark Henry, where it's these two giant guys who are supposed to be on these stop monsters who pound each other, and they're so big and bad that they actually destroyed the ring and neither could beat the other one. And then he goes on to wrestle Del Rio, who's like a normal-sized wrestler, and he's selling for Del Rio the whole match. He's just like laying there in headlocks, and I just thought that's just so dumb. They they protect him 1 minute as a giant, then the next minute they just totally abandon that, and he's just this a normal wrestler going toe-to-toe with another guy, even though he's a champ. I mean, he's a normal-sized guy. It's just dumb, and that's the kind of stuff that keeps him from being as big as like an Andre the Giant.
I didn't think it made for a very good match as well, just the Del Rio working the leg most of the time.
Yeah, and then to top it all off, he beats Del Rio clean with the punch, who's the world champion of the top show of Raw. Well, should be a big deal. You pin the champion, but it doesn't lead to him going for that title. He just walks away. So that was just totally pointless and devalued the champion and the title. And then Punk comes out to challenge him for the belt. Now he's the baby face, and he's challenging a guy who's knocked out on the mat cold. He just looks like a goober.
Mm-hmm. Basically, earlier in the show, Johnny Ace told CM Punk if he could get Del Rio to agree to having a title shot at the next pay-per-view, that he could have the match. And so CM Punk came in the ring when Del Rio was knocked out, and he's start talking to him, and he's like, "I'm going to put you in the Anaconda Vice, and you're going to say that, and I ain't going to let you out until you say I can have the match." So
yeah, but he's already beat. He already got beat. He already got pinned.
Yeah.
Who cares if he's challenging for this guy who just got pinned clean anyway.
You didn't think that was a very good face move?
I thought it was the shits. I thought it was the shits on every level. Not a good face move, not a good move for the title, not a good move for the champ. I don't think any part of that was good.
I hear you.
Melvin, do you have anything else on your mind? Are you a real person, Melvin?
Yes.
All right.
Excellent.
Now, are you trying to get in on this prize wheel?
Yeah.
All right, so you're entering the prize wheel. Thank you for calling in. You're a good man.
Mm-hmm. Sorry if you took my tip on Facebook. I'll make it up to you, Melvin. I'll make it up to all the Melvins in the world.
Oh, man. All right, we also got Eric.
When people hear the name Luscious Biceps Sports Bookings LLC, they will know it is quality, Jack. Quality.
They won't think of Van sitting there.
No, just forget about that, baby. Because for the low price of $9.99, you can join up to my website, and I will give you tips daily. I might throw some free ones out there, some scraps for the people, so they can see what I'm all about and that I mean business. But until then, you got to pay for all the other tips.
Man, I just feel so bad for Van Cratchit and Tiny Van.
Don't worry about that. You can't win them all. I apologize. That was one of my first big tips, but I'll fix it.
All right.
I'll give Van his own personal tip.
Oh man, this is kind of kinky.
His own personal tip. And it's going to have a happy ending, Jack.
Oh, man, I bet it will.
Yes, it will. That's Luscious Biceps Sports Booking, LLC.
Yeah, it's going to get sticky here. But let's see. We got Eric is also on the line. Then we won't be taking more calls until the guest comes on or later in the show. But he's been on hold all this time. Been a good man. Very quiet. What's on your mind, Eric?
Very quiet because of the awesome mute button.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's been laughing his ass off, Incher.
Smart man.
It's a true story. But first of all, since Swax calls up every week and just bitches and complains and moans, I just want to say that Gail Kim is probably the best woman wrestler out there right now.
She's good. I was, this is the problem with the spoilers. I hear she's a heel, and I think, well, that's dumb. She's left WWE. She did the shoot interview where she's bashing WWE. They should bring her in. The fans are going to cheer her. She's going to say WWE sucks, and I'm here where wrestling matters. But they didn't do that. They actually went in a better direction because they have done that same thing many times. And she comes in like with this big ego and a big head, and she cut one of the better female promos I've seen.
That's right, because they're stuck in it. That's right, Swax.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was good. Did you see this intro on Impact?
What happened?
She's there saying that she's a legit main eventer. She's cutting this heel promo, and I gotta say, it was well done. She came off like she has a big head, and she thinks a lot of herself, and she thinks she's better than everybody else, and that she deserves to be in the main event. And I think that's what makes a good heel, is someone who says stuff, even if it's mean, it's vicious, whatever, but they have to believe it in their mind that it's the right. And I got that from this character. And I'm not one who's out here saying I love women's wrestling, if you ever listen to the show, but that was a good promo. I gotta put it over. Gail Kim and TNA, I don't know why, but she's way better than she is in WWE.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at it, she actually headlined an Impact or two before. She headlined it, main evented it. How many times you can see that out of Kelly, who cannot wrestle? I mean, sure, she's better than John Cena, but goddamn, she cannot wrestle.
Yeah, she was. I thought that was good too because it was playing off history, true events that actually happened. So I like that. It adds a little credibility to the heel promo because even a heel shouldn't just outright lie. They should have some credibility to them. I thought it was well done, and I think TNA's actually improved the last few weeks. I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's not perfect, but it's definitely more enjoyable than it was, and I think it's on the upswing.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch the entire show. I got up to the point where Eric Bischoff was having a discussion with his son, and I don't know, is that kid really his son? Or is that a fake tattoo?
He's got a Bischoff tattoo on his son. I mean, he's either his son or maybe his quote-unquote boy.
That's a very inside reference, but I'm sure half the audience already knows what we're talking about. But but for the other half, we're going to keep that under wraps. But yeah. So the Gail Kim cut a good promo. I can't remember if I saw it or not. I was kind of in a state of lack of sleep when I was watching the show, so I can't remember if I made it to that point. I remember her and a few other girls being in the ring.
Yeah, it was good. It was good promo. I think they got to get Karen out of there though, because Karen, I don't think she's bad. I mean, I've seen her where she plays a good heel with Jeff Jarrett. I kind of like that pairing, but her with all the other women, I think it's a bad pairing because she's so much bigger than the rest of them, and she's the non-wrestler of the bunch. I just think it doesn't look right. Yeah. It's kind of like Johnny Laurinaitis on Raw. Part of his problem is that he's such a big guy and he's bigger than like Punk, and it kind of takes away from the wrestlers.
You will respect me, Punk.
Good. But I'm with Eric here. I like Gail Kim. I'm digging her.
Well, I'm going to say just to keep on Swax's good side because I know where my bread is buttered.
Oh, how dare you! I'm agree with you about the big.
Screw Gail Kim.
I am appalled.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
I mean, she's probably in the back doing some favors or something. Yeah.
I agree with you about the big blue cage, and you just turn your back on me for slacks.
Big blue balls.
I love the big blue cage, and I'm glad that you like it, sir.
It's the final cage down.
Oh God!
You know what? I'm thinking the mesh cage is pretty sweet now.
See? Have you heard the tune, the final cage down, Eric? Have you been rocking out to it?
You're goddamn right. I have. I didn't like it as much as the first song, but it was pretty good.
It's not as good as Battle for Glory. That's kind of a masterpiece.
The Bound for Glory one fit right along, and as I said, it's my ringtone, so it's awesome. And people look at me and they're like, "What the hell is this?" And I'm just like, "The greatest song known to man."
Please, individuals who don't want to pander to Jack, please don't let it run you away from our podcast or whatever, or however you listen to us. I'm trying to encourage him not to sing anymore, but you're all doing this man a big disservice. He thinks he's good or something.
There's a big group on Facebook that demand I do more.
See? He thinks he's good.
Eric, Chris Levitt, Monty Shoemaker.
Who's Shoemaker?
You turned your back on the wrong people, and you took Slacks' side. The dude's going to call up and he's going to bitch later.
Man, he loves them. He's rocking out to them.
I mean,
Blasphemy. How could you sing over a Leonard Skinner tune? It's blasphemy.
Prove on the classic.
No, I don't think so.
I apologize for everything bad that happens to you. I mean, Santo calling you a racist.
See?
Black song. I mean, I feel bad for you at this point in time. You're like, you've got the voice of an angel, and people are just trying to shit on you.
They're trying to keep me down. They know that this voice, if it would get out there, would just take over. And they're trying to put it out.
I think it's pretty clear what's happening here, Jack. This man on the phone has been overcome with yellow fever. That's all it is. I turned on his girl.
Wait,
I don't even like Oriental women, but I like Gail Kim, the character. I like her just because I think she's hot enough.
This man is overran with fever, and that would be the yellow fever.
The people out there say, drag your races, you say Oriental, and you see these interests, you're calling him yellow.
I'm not calling him yellow. I'm just saying he has yellow fever.
Yeah, why don't you make some fortune cookie jokes while you're at it, man?
Fortune cookie jokes? Well, how could I make jokes about those? They're quite tasty.
They're good. They're also made in America.
They give you good tips, too. I mean, I give good tips, too, but...
Who's your highway saying her husband's more jacked up than a lot of the wrestlers? That's right. Chef Irvine, who's actually on the new Iron Chef, and he's a big dude. He could probably take it.
Yeah? Does he make a mean burger?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's making the big bucks, I bet.
I was watching some lady on the Food Network earlier. She was making some sort of, like, blue cheeseburger, and it had, like, sauteed onions on it and stuff, and... I don't know, it looked good and all, but it was just like, man, I kind of just rather just have, like, an old American burger. Mayo, some ketchup, a little bit of mustard, pickle. I don't know, she's putting all this crazy stuff on it. Stuff I've never even heard of before.
You never heard of onions?
No, she had, like, this other thing. It was, like, these little, it's like a purple ball type of thing, and she was saying, like, you could put your, freaking a potato salad in here, and it makes a cute thing, and it's better than any old French fry. I'm like, I beg to differ, lady.
I don't know. That sounds crazy.
Steak fries is good. You're the man who knows about fries. You know what the pleasures they can bring to you.
I'm not a big fan of French fries.
What?
I'm not a big
You're
fan
like the poster boy for guys and fries. Well, this man's insane.
Oh. I should put that on the prize wheel, an autograph guys and fries.
There you go.
Oh, man. As long as it's got your autograph, it's probably worth millions.
See? Eric is the friggin'... We're announcing it right here. The first heady we're giving out, Rookie of the Year, Eric. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you can't please them all. Yeah.
Huh?
Can't please them all. You win some, you lose some. I don't know.
I like this.
Out with the dead weight. See ya, Eric.
I think he's probably going. I bet he's a Hall of Famer next year.
Nah.
There might be some. He might get in there. I think Eric, you keep this up for a whole year, you're going in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, how could I not? I mean, you've made me a believer in the mesh cage as of tonight. I mean,
listen, these two giving each other verbal blowjobs. They're just sickening, aren't they?
I am verbally stuck in that dick right now.
I like to refer to them as Brojobs.
See, Jack doesn't even deny it.
It's not Gail.
Exactly.
You can't even understand Eric right now.
Huh?
Dude, we're like Cody Rhodes and Pat Patterson of Bro.
Exactly. All right, Eric, you're a good man. Thank you for calling in. You're a hell of a guy.
Yeah.
And you've been answered. You might win yourself a prize tonight. I'm the prize.
Oh, what?
Go down in the Waffle House and beg for some change, you bum. Get him out of here.
Well, he had one last comment, Eric.
No, he has no last comment. He is done.
He's got something really important, I think.
Now, what is it, Eric? After all of these comments, you save your really important one for last. This better be good. Let's hear it.
You were talking the whole time. How could I make my point? I mean, no.
Go ahead.
Isn't this Jack show? The YouTube Jack in your head, right?
See, he's taking over.
Mm-hmm. You're talking to the two founding members right here. So.
The founding fathers.
And I'm the one who made audio possible, so it wouldn't have been done without the internet.
Before that, it was a silent podcast. Well, not a podcast. It was just a silent show.
Silent fart. We
would mime stuff out on the internet.
I know, and I don't mean that. I'm sorry. Intro, you are an amazing man. I will admit it.
Okay. I'm starting to warm up to this, Eric.
Yeah, that's enough. But what was your last comment, Eric?
I was warm to you, but I mean, you've kind of turned your back on me for slacks.
What was the last comment, Eric?
Okay, my last comment was, do either one of you guys play video games?
I do not.
See? I do.
Now
what you got to say, Eric?
Well, considering I run a gaming site, I mean, I have plenty to say about good man, Enter. Good man.
Mm-hmm. See, but, I have 4 arcades in the next room and a pinball machine.
Okay, you're making me moist, and I don't even have the proper equipment.
Mm-hmm. Whirlwind, baby. You know about that? Whirlwind pinball.
I'm liking this. But you guys play? Well, I take it, Enter. You've got to play the wrestling games, right?
Yeah, for the most part. I play the recent ones.
Okay, well, the new one is going to give us the ability to put in whatever kind of cage we want.
Oh, really?
Just saying. That is fucking awesome.
That is pretty cool. That's pretty neat, because they just traditionally kind of had the mesh. And like, if you go back to the old ones, like WWF Warzone or something, you could see the big blue in that, but it's big black in that, so... But,
oh, man.
And maybe you'll have to come over. Maybe you can come over and do an interview with us, and maybe Jack will let me do Without Your Head with him.
What is going on here? I'm getting kicked out my own show.
Well, I just said maybe you will let me do Without Your Head with you.
You just call in. We'll be doing, just call in a show, whatever you want to do. It's good times. Tomorrow night, it's going to be Tyler Maine from the Rob Zombie Halloween film.
That means Jack has to do the audio if you kick me out. You don't want no part of that. Yeah. He's like, I got to do the avatar, the audio, and everything now. No, Incher's here to stay. I'm sorry.
No, we don't want to kick you out anyway. You're my audio soulmate there, Incher.
Would you stop singing for your audio soulmate? Would you do that for me?
Never.
Damn.
All right, I'm going to go hop in your guys' chat room and get bitched at by slacks now.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
All right, take care.
See you, man.
Sick him slacks.
That's my bro right there. 757 area code. Who are you?
Yo, this is John. What's up, guys?
Oh, not much. How you doing, John?
I'm great. First of all, I just want to thank you guys. I'm an active duty member of the military, and I load your podcast up every time before I deploy, and it provides me with hours and hours of entertainment.
Awesome. That's great.
From the bottom of my heart, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I just want to thank you guys personally. I don't have any questions for Sammy. I just want to thank you guys personally for the hours of entertainment you provide me and my fellow service members throughout the high seas.
Well, we're very appreciative of that, and we're glad people are enjoying it, and that's awesome. Thank you for letting us know.
I hope you heard that, Jesse Neal. We don't hate Americans and the soldiers. Jeez. We're providing them with entertainment.
Exactly. Did you ever hear that, John, when Jesse Neal called on the program?
No, I tend to tune ignorant people out. It's something you learn with serving in the military. But you guys are great. I mean, I have friends of mine that work that aren't even wrestling fans that will stop and listen because I believe everyone's a closet wrestling fan deep down. Mm-hmm. And just the humor and the great stories and the countless hours of entertainment you guys provided us is well worth it.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Thanks, man. And you've been entered in the prize wheel. Would you be able to accept the prize in the military?
Yes.
All right, so you might win yourself something tonight.
Lionel Richie
guys, I'm going to keep listening, man. Lionel Richie, nice. Take it easy, guys. Thanks.
See you, John. Thanks for calling,
man. That was cool. See, it's moments like that, Jack, that makes it all worth it.
Yep. There's people in the chat that vilely despise me, but then there's people that enjoy the program and
they're like mad scientists. They're trying to invent airborne AIDS just to give it to me. The world's gone to shit when airborne AIDS comes around. That's all I know.
Mm-hmm. Airborne AIDS.
I went to this Gold Star chili, and they don't have no chili. They have hot dog sauce and they give you crackers. That's what it is. I ordered a thing and it was $5. 16 ounces for $5. And they gave me hot dog sauce with crackers.
Are you saying there's no beans?
There was no beans, Jack.
That's because a real, genuine, original chili does not contain beans.
I don't believe it, because this just wasn't much of a meal. I stopped eating it halfway through. I was like, this is terrible. Where's my beans? I like to fart.
Hey. But no, you can add beans to it, and to me, I'm not saying that's not chili. But original chili does not have beans.
It's just not much to it, though, is there? I mean, it's just meat and juice and chili powder. I don't know. That's just hot dog sauce.
Nah, well, hot dog sauce I don't think has meat either. Maybe a little bit of meat, I guess.
I think it's some
but original chili does not contain beans.
I wasn't happy with this Gold Star chili. If you're in the Cincinnati area, I'm not happy with your chili.
Hey.
They say it's like Cincinnati's type of chili. I say go back to the drawing board, Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I got to say about that. Actually, I went down to a game store in Ashland that sells like retro games, and it was closed. And I was like, I got to do something. And I was like, oh, Gold Star chili, I'll get me a chili. And that's all I could think of to do. Waste my gas for nothing.
Maybe.
And then I didn't even like the chili.
Yeah. I saw Wendys now has $10 chili. It's like the family size chili. I thought, what the hell? I mean, you can get the dollar chilies. Like, you can't get like 10 of those for. I doubt if you bought 10 of those that it's less than the $10 chili.
Wendys has gone off the deep end, though, man. They suck now.
I totally disagree. I think the new Wendys burgers are the best fast food burgers you can buy.
Oh my! I don't like their buns, man. I hate them.
They're like a buttery roll. They're great.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was
the best. It's very similar. It's like a 50s diner. No, it's very similar to Johnny Rockets, and from what I understand, it's similar to Five Guys. I think they're trying to copy those guys. But I had one the other day, double bacon, and I thought it was the best fast food burger going.
Yeah, I don't know. I wholeheartedly disagree with you, sir.
Spec Son's on my side.
No. Sorry, Spec. I disagree with you as well.
I think it's the best.
Their buns, they're not good.
Oh, they're way better. Nice. It's a nice... A hamburger bun's like about the cheapest form of bread you can get. Now this is a nice buttery roll. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't like it. The consistency, it's just not right for a hamburger.
Oh, it's good. Perfect. The only thing I didn't like was the pickles. I don't like the new pickles. They're kind of like a deli pickle. They're not really sour. But other than that, I enjoyed them quite a bit.
I haven't had it in a few months now. And that's pretty bad, because I used to eat Wendys a lot.
I don't know what the rumble this out.
Well, there's nothing to really fight over, is there? I mean, it's you like it and I don't.
Yeah, you're picky. You don't like change.
I do not like those buns. They're not good.
Oh, I think they're much better. It's a much better quality bun.
Don't like them.
Crazy.
No.
All right, let's move back to Raw.
Yeah, we kind of got off the beaten path.
Van says the new fries are a mistake. I disagree. I also like the new fries. I like the more the hand cut fries.
Now, I'm going to agree with you on this one. I kind of like the sea salt. I think those are pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I like those better. I used to like their fries weren't the greatest before, but I think their fries are better now.
You know, Burger King, when they changed their fries, like back in the 90s, I thought they just went to shit. I mean, I didn't like them much before, but the ones before were a lot better. But the ones they got going on now, I think they're just horrendous. They don't even taste like a real fry. It tastes like some mad scientist made them. It's weird. They taste synthetic-like.
Yeah.
Got some coating on them. They're weird.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of those type of the fast food kind of fries, like the where it seems like there's no like potato in them.
Mm-hmm. That definitely describes Burger King.
Van hates sea salt. What? This guy's just crazy.
I like sea salt. It's pretty good.
All salt comes from the sea anyway.
He says sea salt? Go fuck yourselves.
Sea salt.
That man is passionate about not liking the sea salt.
That's what I use at home.
I might have to side with Van just because of that.
The guy's nuts.
I don't know. I don't see what's so offensive about sea salt.
Boxman's telling me, that synthetic weed was banned by the DEA on March 1st of this year for more testing.
Oh, could he have like a back supply of it, and he's just been continuing to use it?
It could be.
That might be intent to sell, though, if he has like a back supply of it.
I gotta say, I'm putting this out there because the potheads, the hippies, they're always saying, "Yeah, man, you can't ban pot. It's all natural. It grows from the earth. It's an herb." Well, if it's synthetic, it's friggin' chemical. It's not real, so it's not an herb anymore. So you are just doing a drug if you're doing synthetic weed.
Yeah.
It defeats the purpose of doing it. It destroys all your arguments pro-marijuana.
Well, I think marijuana, I don't think, it should be illegal, but I do think there should be restrictions on it. I don't think people should be smoking it in public.
Pothead.
I think it should be done, like in your house. I heard stories about like on the news where they had like a pot clinic right beside a school, and like what's the word for it? A young people's school. I can't think of the word for it.
Like a kindergarten,
kind of like a preschool. There you go. Yeah. And it's like, do they really need to put up shop there? I mean, and they said like they could smell pot smoke in the glasses and stuff. It's like, come on now. I mean, jeez, what's the world coming to? Does people just not have sense?
Yeah, that's not cool. I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah. So, I think it should be legal, but, with
it's no worse. People don't smoke and go beat their kids like you drink and stuff.
No.
I saw even Dr. Drew is pro-marijuana. Not pro-marijuana. He agrees that it should not be illegal.
Cool. Anyhow. Yeah, so Evan Bourne, synthetic marijuana, he got suspended for it. He'll be out for 30 days. They ain't going to see much of Air Boom. What are they going to do with him?
I think we'll see new tag champs.
But how are they going to do it when he's not there? It's like they're going to have a Kofi defended, and why
didn't they just have him lose the belts on Monday?
Yeah, I can't understand that either. They had him there. Just make him drop it.
Mm-hmm.
Continue on with, like, Miz and Truth or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that tag team is just a mismatch, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just constantly trying to push Wade Barrett in some type of role. It just, outside of a Nexus, it just hasn't gotten over.
Yeah.
And his new tights, it looks like he's like a sailor or something. Like he's got like an anchor on his ass.
He's got an anchor on his ass.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. The logo's like an anchor. Not doing it.
I'm for the big British guy with an anchor on his ass. I like that anchor ass man.
This one's going out to Eric. I'm giving him a little taste. All right? You prepared?
Are we going to get some acapella, or are you going to just play?
Yeah, acapella.
All right.
Is that all right?
I suppose so.
My hats are cool. My beard is funky. I got the shows that drive the marks wild. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's some pretty good lyrics, yeah.
All right. You might see the finished version this weekend. So check that out. All right. Just a heady boy. So I know you'll be waiting at the podcast intro for that one to pop up.
Man.
All right. And I want to thank Mr. Austin Azurkel for those fine lyrics.
Sounds like some good work, yeah.
All right, intro. Raw, we talked about Muppets. We talked about, what else happened? There was probably some other stuff. This show's all over the place, but I dig it.
I liked AJ Lee in her katana outfit from Mortal Kombat.
I noticed cool. AJ made it, I assume it's AJ Lee and not AJ Styles, but I don't know for sure, on Monty's top 10 hottest ass list.
Yeah, that's AJ Styles. I didn't know that about Monty.
Yeah. This says AJ. I don't know. I assumed it's Lee, but I know Ultimate Beef pointed out that it could mean Styles. I don't know. What do you think? Would she be on your list?
Of like hottest asses?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's got a good little keister, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Suits her frame, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good. Number 1 and 2 is Velvet Sky and Tessmacher. It's hard to argue with those two. Maybe you could reverse 1 and 2.
There was a tie?
Well, number 1 was Velvet, then 2 was Tessmacher. I could see that or reverse, but it was a fine number 1 and 2 in my opinion.
I think Tessmacher's beating her out. That was like her go-to, you know.
Uh-huh.
I think Tessmacher's out, skanking her.
Yeah. Well, she's a little younger, a little tighter.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't grind it. Well, she does move it pretty well. I don't know. How come we're not seeing Miss Tess? We don't see much of her anymore.
Mm-hmm. Now, that is a ring general. They need to use her services.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, the Velvet Sky has gotten a huge rack. Back in the days, she didn't have much of anything. Now it's just like, bam! It's just there.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Implants?
I think so.
I'm a regular Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, also, I want to bring this up too because someone posted this on the board, and the name is escapes me. I'm sorry, but it was an ad for Don West. It was Madman Maple over iWatchWrestling.com.
Yeah, I watched that.
And it made me miss Don West. This guy I was like, this guy, Don West is freaking awesome.
Yeah, he's a super selling machine. You know, though, go ahead and describe what the commercial is like, though, before I make my point.
It's Don West. He's just promoting that everything's on sale in the TNA warehouse. Everything on TNA Shop Zone's on sale. You can buy, all the shirts, new, old ones. Everything's on sale. And he's just going insane. He made you watch it, and you really think, man, I got to go buy some shirts.
He kind of made me want to have a Jeff Jarrett guitar signed by him.
Yeah, me too. I was like, man, that would be kind of cool.
I was like, this guy's just shamelessly trying to sell this stuff,
yeah.
And then it starts to work.
And if we're on the show, if someone called and said, hey, you could buy a Jeff Jarrett guitar for $100, you'd be like, well, who the hell want that? But Don West, he's like yelling. I'm like, holy shit, I gotta get this freaking guitar.
Just makes you want to cough up the money.
Yeah. Why is he not on TV? He should be on TV at least once a month. He just come out there before the pay-per-view and just yell at everybody and tell them why they should order it.
Mm-hmm. They did that a few times, but they just
but not
kept
years.
from it. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think he was a bad commentator. People were always down on him, but I enjoyed the man's work. And when he was on the show, we asked him about doing his, infomercial days, and he really kind of seemed depressed about it. He was like, that wasn't so much fun back then. But now it's like, what does TNA have him do? He's doing the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of depressing to see him shilling like that when he doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he meant more like the management back in those days, and it's kind of different in TNA. But
I see what you're saying.
It's kind of shitty feeling.
It's all lies. He knows what he's selling isn't good, is what you're saying.
Well, didn't he say, like, the baseball cards were kind of just crappy back then? Like, yeah, so, I don't know. He's kind of back to where he was.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he probably sat that guitar down and it just fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
The action figures, they broke in their package.
Mm-hmm.
But $6 for an action figure, that's a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
And some of the shirts, I kind of want a Jeff Hardy hoodie. I don't know why, but I do.
Yeah. All right.
So you think it's just a thing where he hates his own gifts?
He hates his own gifts.
Like, kind of like a tortured artist,
You think he just cries himself to sleep? And
he's like, I sell a lot of crap to people.
Or like a bottle of whiskey.
Well, you were on that before, weren't you? Saying he was a drunk.
I think he is, but I mean that doesn't affect my love of John West.
It heightens it, doesn't it?
No, I mean I don't think he's just like this sloppy drunk like sitting in an alley, but he drinks a lot.
Now I did see the end of Impact. But did Robert Roode win the belt on that one, or is it going to be the next show?
Next show.
Okay. So it's going to be where they're going out of town or something, or is it going to be in the Impact Zone?
It's going to be I don't know. I'm not really positive. I think it's the Impact Zone, but I'm not sure. I read that they're trying to get out of the Impact Zone and then travel more though.
That would be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So James Storm is still your TNA heavyweight champion, but
at the moment,
spoiler is that Robert Roode will be pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. And I'm holding off because a lot of times I read this stuff and I say it sounds bad, then I watch it and I've actually enjoyed it. So I'm going to wait and see what happens before I say it's bad. I want to say I think it's a bad move to take the belt off him so soon because I actually I like how it's doing the slow build, but I'm going to have to wait and see what happens before I just say it's bad. Because I said that about some of this other stuff and it turned out pretty good, so wait and see. I'd kind of like to just watch Impact without knowing any of the spoilers, but it's just too hard to do.
Yeah, I really would like to, but, we run a radio show. We got to deal with it, I think. But, yeah, who do you think's going to go heel, Robert Roode or James Storm? Or do you think they're going to go heel? You think they're going to try to, keep them both face?
No, I think they'll probably turn one heel. I could see them doing a face originally and seeing which one gets more cheered, maybe. But I don't know. I kind of think, even though they built up Roode so much, I think Roode should be the heel.
He didn't get much of a reaction as a face.
Yeah, he's got this kind of unlikable quality to him to me.
Mm-hmm. But James Storm, you look at that guy too, and you're like, that guy just kind of looks like an asshole.
Yeah, but he's always been over with the crowd, though. Yeah, even though I agree that he's got that vibe to him, I think people genuinely like him.
More like an Austin type?
Yeah. And I would definitely keep going with it, though, and see how far you can go. Not moving around so much, and maybe you could get some legitimate new, top guys for your company that are homegrown. That's what you need. You don't, if you get so many, I don't mind some of these guys from WWE. I like a lot of them, but if your whole company's older guys from WWE, no matter how good they are, whatever, you watch that and you think, well, these are just all guys I've seen before. If you're new, a new watcher. But if you got some guys there that are homegrown to TNA or TNA exclusive and they're on the top, you think, well, these are TNA guys, and these TNA guys are, they're pretty good. I think this show's got something.
So you like the new writing team?
So far, I'm enjoying it.
All right.
I like EY. I like EY's big crazy beard.
And he's going to have Ronnie with him on this week. The guy from
Ronnie
the Jersey
who?
Shore. Yeah.
I've never watched a Jersey Shore, so I only know them like through WWE and TNA and like when they're on Conan. So I don't know any of these people.
Yeah, if the few clips that I've seen, this guy is a gas house. So he's a pretty big dude. So he can fit in with the wrestling world.
Yeah.
But
I like guys who are all steroided up.
Yes. So he'll be on this week with Eric facing Robbie E, and I wonder what he'll think about Robbie E. And
I've got to say I didn't think I'd like Robbie E with the big gas house there from Wales.
Rob Terry.
Yeah, but the entrance is great. Rob Terry's the bouncer with the velvet fence. I love that.
He's absolutely letting nobody else in, even though there's nobody standing there. And he lets Robbie E in. And then he watches his match, and then he turns around and he tries to keep people back, and there's absolutely nobody coming after Robbie E. But it is entertaining.
I don't know why. All right, can we take a break for a moment?
Certainly, Jack. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after these words here, and we'll talk to you here in a bit.
Hey, Monkey, it's me, DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, and you're listening to InYourHeadOnline.com. Don't even think about getting off, or you will feel the best.
Rude llamando.
¿Qué pasa, gringos? This is Santo Loco. You're looking for some lucha libre action, but you can't get the Spanish channel, or you don't understand what they're saying. Check this out. Triple A in English. Check out all the Triple A superstars, the Rudos, the Technicals, and your host, Santo Loco, to commentate for you, for all your gringos. Ha ha ha! So check it out at InYourHeadOnline.com or at MySpace, Triple A in English. Check it out.
¡Arriba los rudos! ¡Los rudos! ¡Los rudos!
Hey, it's me, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, and you're listening to InYourHeadOnline.com. These guys are unbelievable, baby!
All right, we have returned here to In Your Head, and I'm still not a werewolf. But I am Butcher McGee.
Right, Butcher McGee. That was your Halloween outfit.
Yeah, Butcher McGee.
Mm-hmm. It's good stuff.
Did you dress up?
Nah.
Put on a tutu?
No. Tutu? Is that what goes through your sick head? Me in a tutu?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
Jeez, you would think you would just kind of deny it, wouldn't you?
What? That's hot.
Man,
No, I mean, you'd be like, what was that, the Hogan movie where he's wearing a tutu?
Mr. Nanny.
Mr. Nanny. Mr. Incher.
That doesn't have quite the ring to it, does it?
1 inch nanny.
What the hell is that? What's a 1 inch nanny?
Real
that sounds really
nanny.
That sounds really perverted in a way.
All right, speaking of perverts,
with your 1 inch nanny in the hand.
Hey, it's cold in here. We got Raven Effect here on the line. Raven Effect, how's your inch nanny going?
Good, he's doing great.
Your 1 inch nanny. Now, our Raven Effect, he dressed up for Halloween. He went as like a monk with a cat face for some reason.
I was a crappy pagan.
Crappy pagan.
Pagan.
Do you burn pagans?
No, I was supposed to be a pagan, but I had no money, so I just
dressed like that.
All right. So
I'm poor, man. I'm poor.
I got you.
There's a lot of Halloween costumes that are derived from being poor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes people would just be like Freddy with a normal jacket. Or like, you know.
I could have been Raven. But I dress like that every day.
Yeah. You do? You wear like the flannel and like a skirt?
No, it's like just cut off jean shorts and music shirts.
Do you have a fine ass bitch like Chastity?
I wish.
Let's see. Striving to be like Raven.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of wrestling, what do you guys think of Kevin Nash coming back Monday?
Kevin Nash, Big Daddy Cool.
That's right.
John Laurinaitis announced that he is bringing back Kevin Nash because Triple H would want it, so he could beat up on him, I guess. Was he making requests to have Nash be brought back?
That's right. He's a man.
He is the friggin' man. All right, so I'm kind of into this thing. It wasn't. I wasn't into it for a while, but I'm kind of into it now. So I don't know. I'd like to see Nash back, see what goes on.
Yeah.
I'll probably be disappointed, but what the hell?
What the hell?
You think he'll ever go back to TNA?
I don't know. I guess it could be in the cards. Like, if he just doesn't deliver, but I kind of think Triple H is going to take care of him at this point. I just get that feeling. Like, even if he's not a very good on-air character, he's going to put him in the back doing like an agent job or something. Or just being his buddy.
Yeah. That'd be a good job to have, though. You're this guy's buddy. You pay like
that is a cush gig right there. Being somebody's buddy.
Yeah. You show up, play some Parcheesi.
They're like, what do you do? I'm Triple H's buddy. It's good stuff.
Ari, now I know you love Raven, the wrestler Raven.
Yes.
Who would you
That's
say
right.
besides Raven? I know he's probably there, but who is your favorite, like creepy Halloween-esque wrestler of all time?
I gotta say Vampiro.
No, that's a good choice.
I was about to say Vampiro, yeah. Even though you weren't asking me.
Well, how about you answer? I'm not leaving you out.
Geez, I don't know. La Parka?
Oh, La Parka. So I dressed up as in the last wheel video.
When that man picks up the chair and he starts playing the guitar, I'm like, that is one creepy character.
Oh, yeah. if a skeleton showed up at your house and he's playing air guitar on a folding chair, would you just be like start pissing your pants?
Yes.
I'd probably just be happy. I'd be like, hell yeah, you're like La Parka, dude. You want to live with me, be my buddy? That's a cush gig, you know.
Playing Parcheesi with the skeleton?
Yeah. I never really played Parcheesi. Was it fun?
I don't know. It's a funny sounding game, so I like to say it.
Isn't it like a play on words kind of game or something?
No, it's a board game.
Parcheesi.
It's with the different colors. It's fun. You move around the board. It's an old-timey game. All right, Raven Effect, you're good, man. Anything else on your mind?
Can I win that Kevin Nash hat?
You might. You have to tune in to the prize wheel video tonight. It'll be up on YouTube.
It's where it lands, where the arrow lands.
All right, peace.
And there'll be an extra video too for the costume contest. That'll be tomorrow. But thank you, Raven Effect. You're a good man.
Peace.
All right. We also have the chef here. We got Chef Carl on the line.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's cooking tonight, Chef Carl? Did you like how I did that?
We're about to...
Oh, that was pretty sneaky. You're a freaking genius.
I would, of course, I'd respond with, you know what the chef is cooking, but we're not going to go there. That's terrible. Anyway, speaking of terrible, Monday Night Raw.
Not a fan of the Muppets?
Well, honestly, the Muppets made the only thing entertaining about the entire show.
I agree with you. That was the best part of the Muppets.
I mean, the matches made no sense in the big scheme of things. I mean, practically everyone who had a belt lost in a non-title match.
Yeah, and then none of it really led to... The only one that seemed to at least make somewhat of sense was Zack Ryder, because it seems like that's continuing the the feud. But the other ones, they just lost to guys they're not even feuding with. And it didn't seem like it's going to lead to a title shot or anything.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The little Santino Morella thing was cute with the spitting in his face, a la Muda or whatever. But I mean, for the most part, the matches were terrible. The vignettes are terrible. But again, it's a shame when the special guest stars, the Muppets, saved the show. That was the only thing that was entertaining. And especially, for me personally, on the heels of watching Ring of Honor the night before, who, instead of giving us the normal 2 matches, they actually gave us 3, which was nice for an hour. But, when you watch a match, with the Briscoe brothers and the All Night Express, who, I mean, for a short match that they had, tore the house down, and then the next night you deal with that fluff and that crap. I mean, it was terrible. And
did you see that ROH show, Incher?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I got it on tape. I'm gonna catch up the last 2 weeks here. I need to catch up on. I've got it on my schedule to watch it.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're putting out. I mean, again, from a, if you use the term purist wrestling fan, if you will, what ROH is doing right now is really good stuff. I mean, there's not a lot of fluff. There's not a lot of, there's no backstage vignettes per se. I mean, their interviews that they have with their talent is more, to the point. It's not a lot of... It's
about the guys want either, they want to win this title, they want to, prove who's the better wrestler, and stuff like, stuff that, if this was, and obviously no one believes it's a, legit competition, but what you're watching... The people that are involved in it, that's why they're there. I mean, they're supposed to be fighting for titles, and they'd be feuds over guys that don't like each other just to prove who's better. And the more it gets away from that, the less I get into it.
Yeah, and I mean, I can remember, it may have been, Beyond the Mat or whatever, but one of those little exposés they had done. They had, Vince had talked about, we're going to make movies. And it seems like here lately, a lot of what WWE is doing is coming across more like, well, these guys aren't really athletes, they're more actors than athletes. It's almost like they're putting more emphasis on those skits and vignettes and the things of that nature than they are the actual in-ring, telling a story, if you will.
Yeah, a lot of it's almost like a political drama, like who runs the company, who's backstabbing who, than just over who's the better wrestler and what belts they're going for.
Yeah, we just got that with TNA.
Yeah, TNA is what an awful thing to copy from TNA.
Yeah, and of all things, if you're going to rip something off TNA, this would not be one of them. That's part 12. But, I mean, it's like, the sports entertainment, if you will, has become more just a driven soap opera, which, again, and I get it, that appeals to some people. But, again, for a lot of your, and I consider, I'm in my 40s, so I'm more of an older time wrestling fan, I guess, growing up in the territory system and all that. I think that's why you're seeing a lot of people gravitate toward Ring of Honor and things like that are a little bit more of the purist, because I got to tell you, I mean, like I said, Raw, I've been able to watch the last 3 weeks. It's a shit. It's absolutely terrible. I mean, the point is why am I missing Monday Night Football to watch this? I mean, and that's terrible. For me to actually say I'd rather watch Monday Night Football than wrestling.
Yeah.
But, oh well.
But I want to ask too, because I know Chef, I think you're gonna be at the Fan Fest, right?
I have every intention. Like I said, I'm just moved down to Mobile, Alabama from Birmingham. Got a brand new restaurant we're opening literally as we speak. If everything goes well like it should, I should be able to go because I transferred, so I've got vacation. So yes, I should be at Fan Fest.
Okay, cool. And I know Chef was asking, Incher, what's some good places to eat at the Fan Fest?
The Fan Fest that we're going to?
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Back in Charlotte.
Charlotte?
I like the chicken place. The good thing about the one in Charlotte, which I enjoyed the last Fan Fest, but there was like nothing you could walk to. Nothing at all. But the one in Charlotte is like tons of places. Oh.
Jesus Christ. What is that?
If you call in, turn the show off in the background.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I know you were saying that, there's a lot of stuff in walking distance. I think it's a good variety, too, so.
Yeah, there is. The Mexican place is really good. There's a good, if you just like burgers, a good burger place. There's a lot of good places. What's your favorite place around there, Incher? We've never even ate at I think there's a Chinese restaurant, and we never ate there.
Yeah, I don't think we ate there. I'd probably go with the Mexican joint. It's called it starts with a Z. I forget what it was.
Yeah, I forget the name. It's right across the street. It's only a couple minutes away.
Right across the lake.
The lake, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is the perfect man to ask right here, Jack.
Uh-huh.
We need your opinion on some fast food, Chef. I don't know if you indulge on it or not, but Wendys, they have switched over to more of a bun, like soft type of roll type of bun. Which one's better? What they had before, or the soft bun?
Oh, the new one. The new one's good.
I mean, I'm more of a classically trained dining, so I don't really eat out a lot of restaurants. Don't get me wrong, everyone eats at a fast food joint. To show me someone who does not show you a liar. I've not tried it yet. I'll swing by and try one now. But
all right.
I wasn't happy with their. I'm not really happy with Wendy's food overall, anyway. To be honest.
Yeah.
So it's not like I gravitated toward, but my wife, who's actually the pastry chef herself, so of course, she could probably expound on that more than I from that bread standpoint than I. I would say off the hand, off the bun's probably going to be a better bun.
Is chili without beans?
Of course. It's not even a question.
Depends on what part of the country you're in.
Originally, chili didn't have.
No. Let Chef Carl speak.
All right.
The reality is, in a lot of your like the chili cook-offs that you see on Food Network and the like, if you put beans in, you're disqualified. In certain parts of the country,
don't let Chef Carl speak.
But seriously, in certain parts of the country, if you put beans in the chili,
it's like blasphemy.
That's blasphemy.
It's chili blasphemy. All right, Chef. You've also been entering the contest, so I want to thank you for calling in, and we're going to get to this other person with the noisy phone.
All right, man. You guys have a great one.
Thanks, man. Let's see here. 856 area code. Who are you?
And then they just hang up. Man, that was really worth it, wasn't it?
After all that, we hang up on Chef Carl, who's a quality caller. He always has good topics. He can talk about wrestling. He can have fun with us about food. It's a subject Incher and I like. This guy just hangs up. He's calling back in.
Do not pick up. No, I don't. I think that disqualifies him.
He's got one last chance. Who is this? Oh, for God's sake.
See, I told you. That's just a prankster right there. He likes throwing a monkey wrench into the show.
Hey.
Ruin poor Chef Carl's call-in. We were getting down to the nitty-gritty, asking him whether chili is chili without beans.
And he knew the answer.
I don't know. I like beans in my chili. I can't help it.
That's not the issue. I'm not saying you're right or wrong to enjoy it with beans. I'm just saying that originally chili doesn't have beans. And your original thing was saying that without beans it's not chili, but it's not true. Originally, chili has no beans, and like you said, a lot of places, they don't want beans in it.
I'm just going to say this. I have not ate a single bowl of chili that I thought it would be improved without the beans.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I had a fingernail in my chili from Wendys,
oh my God,
I still like the beans in it, but I do not get Wendys chili anymore.
That's right. Van here is the place we got the half-off Kobe beef burgers. Was good. That was good.
Yeah, that was the burger place. Something like a Mad Dog Burgers or something like that.
Yeah, I think we've been there every year. The only problem with that place is the bathroom is very slippery.
Yeah, I've yet to use their facilities.
Mm-hmm. I stand at the urinal. My feet are just like sliding apart. It's like they grease it down or something. Or maybe some activities are going down the bathroom. I don't know, but besides that, it's a hell of a place.
They got the baby oil wrestling going on in there.
Exactly. Here's some from the callers here. Dan Balter saying that Papa Shango is going to be the best Halloween wrestler.
It's a good one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. $1 Million Body, he's saying old school Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Lee Lewis, he's saying Mortis.
Ah, Mortis.
I like that. Mortis, a very fine mask.
How about the Sinister Minister?
Oh, I miss I love the Sinister Minister. Father James Mitchell, great manager. He should still be on TV
Would
today.
you number 2 in your pants if Jim Mitchell was at your front door trick-or-treating? Just
he'd be kind of old.
Right there.
Oh, no, it's kind of... No, I just give him... I'd like, here, man, here's the Reese's Pieces.
Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Some people said I looked like him with the red jacket.
Ah, excellent.
Mm-hmm. This in from Afro, the little melt. He's saying that on the new Kayfabe Commentaries China DVD, which you get at kayfabecommentaries.com, she says that the sex tape with Sean Waltman is a rape tape. I think that's just a bunch of BS.
Yeah, I don't know. The bits that I saw of it didn't look like he was like tying her up or anything. I mean, she's a lot bigger than he is, so I don't think he could actually physically rape her. And
wasn't she promoting it for years? All of a sudden, and she's done like really hardcore stuff since, and now all of a sudden she's going back, years later and saying that that's a bunch of bullshit.
I'm not saying Sean Waltman's a saint, but I don't think he was raping that girl.
Now, if she had said afterwards she took a dump in like her bag, I'd believe that. But I don't think he's raping her.
Nah,
he might have pooped it in her clothes afterwards.
She really goes out of her way to give that man a bum rap. I mean, maybe some of it's deserved, but really for the most part, I don't think he doesn't seem like that bad of a guy. He pretty much fesses up to any wrongdoings he's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he admits of the stuff that he's done. I don't agree. I don't believe it. I believe Waltman any day over China.
Yeah.
China's kind of a scumbag, to be honest. That's how I feel about her.
Well, I don't know her personally, but I don't know. Some of the things that I've heard in the media, she seems like she's out of her mind.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I'm not really. I believe in Waltman. We've talked to Waltman. He seems like a good dude.
Would you switch from Stephanie from China? Is that an upgrade?
No.
I
think oh yeah, going from China to Stephanie, definitely. I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Can't blame him on that move.
Yeah, if he was still with her now, do you think he'd be in those movies with her?
No. Well, you don't know. He might have got fired. And sad times in Triple H's world.
Hey. Van's with me. That bathroom was slippery. Van and I were just slipping and sliding in the bathroom.
Oh, jeez. It's like the 1-inch nanny there. Did you all have your 1-inch nannies out?
Oh, man. Mrs. Van's not letting them go this year. Let's see. Dan Balter, he wants to know, should Anna will be the permanent timekeeper in the WWE?
No, that'd be a little silly. Every like match, we're going to cut over to Animal hitting the bell. I mean, come on. Is that like one of those questions I shouldn't answer seriously?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Animal should be the timekeeper.
Pull them out for pay-per-views. I saw it because I was watching some of the FCW stuff, because FCW's got John Moxley I'm a huge fan of, and Tyler Black, who's I wasn't a huge fan of, but I think he's a good guy. I like to see him do well. But and they have Regal's doing commentary, who's really good, and Howard Finkel's ring announce, and I'm like watching them like, why did they waste Howard Finkel on like their developmental league? It's like that guy should be on TV, at least on the pay-per-views. He's still the best guy in the biz.
Because he's old and WWE's thrown him in the garbage. They're done with him.
Man,
sad
times.
Yep. Good old Finkel. Done nothing but been loyal to the company. That's how they repay him when he gets a little bit of age on him. Just like JR. But JR didn't have his match with Cole on Monday Night Raw.
They said they ran out of time for it with the Muppets, so I guess it's going to be on next week.
So what's the go-to? They make JR look like a chump, even though it was their fault for running out of time. They just say, JR was scared to show up. He's got irritable bowel syndrome. He's pooping in his pants right now. I mean, can they make this man look more like a punk? You know, I mean, it's
on a serious question here. Who do you think overall has been meaner to Jim Ross, WWE or WCW?
Probably WWE, but I've seen
so
more
too.
of that.
Well, I mean, they only did a couple, and they did the Oklahoma bit. That was about it.
Yeah.
And even though that was mean spirit and stuff, but is this stuff not? Is all the stuff they've done not mean-spirited? I think it's pretty mean-spirited.
His head's being pulled out of his ass and everything else.
And this guy who works for your company. In a way, it's even worse.
They do it right to his face.
Yeah.
And he takes it.
Like I think I said this the other week, the Jim Ross barbecue sauce is now exclusive to WWE.com, so he's going to just be taking it all the time.
Now listen, JR, you could have Don West shilling for that barbecue sauce. Are you with me, Jack? Are you wanting to see Jim Ross stand up for himself for once? Would you?
Yeah, I'm not taking it anymore. It's like potatoes, and he just starts punching Vince.
I don't think he should have a fight with Vince, because I don't think the outcome of that would be very good.
They just walk out.
Just leave the company and show him, stand up for yourself a little bit.
Don't be such a bitch, old man.
I mean, really. I mean, he's always acting like he's such a tough guy, He's always talking about, like, John Wayne wouldn't do that, son. And then he turns on the television and his head's coming out of his ass.
They're just always doing that stuff. And I remember he's always talking about Buff Bagwell and how Buff Bagwell's mom called them because when he was hurt or whatever. And when you hear that, it's like, oh, yeah, it's kind of funny. But after a while, it's like, so what? So what? His mom. Why are you going to go tattletelling the guy all over the TV for?
It's like, if he's such a man, why is he putting up with all this crap? He's saying, you got to be a man, Buff. You would never have your mom call me. But he's not a man. He just takes it.
Speaking of men, we got a man here in the line. He's the man who does spec commentaries. He does the Secluded Paradigm. He just did a spec commentaries about his love of In Your Head. We got Spec on the line.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you doing tonight?
Good.
Doing good.
All right. It's great to finally be able to call in. I know it's been several weeks since I've actually been able to do it, but all in all, man, it's great to hear you guys again and kicking ass as you do every week.
Thank you, and really appreciate you going out of your way making a video for us. That was really cool of you.
Hey, man, no problem. It's long overdue, actually. Actually, the first spec commentaries that I did about last year, I wanted to do it for In Your Head, but I've kind of thought that it'll be way too long. But I actually got an opportunity to do it a few days ago. Well, not a few days. I guess it's been a week now. Right before the Marty Jannetty interview. And, I think that everybody from the Headyverse, all the members of the Headyverse, should at least try to, if you got a webcam, show your love to In Your Head, upload it to YouTube, and we can make this a trend, I mean, like I said during the whole video, I probably would have been done with the whole message board IWC stuff around 2007 because it was just getting boring to me. And, you know, I was a part of, you know, the WNL crew and several other, you know, obscure wrestling radio sites out there, and it just wasn't the same anymore. So I was like, you know, I don't know if I really want to be a part of this. And then a good friend introduced me to In Your Head around 2007, and I was like, man, blown away with the show itself, interviewing a lot of the stars from the past that I came to really be fond of as a youth. And the back and forth banter between you guys is just unique, and no one really does it. And of course, the message boards, which is phenomenal. I don't think any other message board is as good and as well balanced as the In Your Head message boards are. So, yeah, promote In Your Head. Everybody who's listening to the show right now, upload your videos, send them in Your Head, IYHWrestling.com, and you know, promote the Headyverse.
Cool. I really appreciate that. You're a good man, and you know, you don't have to have a webcam. You could always put together a video. I know Van's done some videos, you know, with if you're afraid to be on camera, you could throw some pictures together and talk over, whatever you want to do. Use your imagination. Be creative.
Yeah, exactly, guys. And I just had one quick question for you guys before I get out of here. I've been watching a lot of the WWE from around 1999 to about 2001. If you've been on the message boards, you know, we have a thread dedicated to, you know, what we're watching in terms of wrestling at the given moment. And like I said, I've been watching a whole lot of my old VHS tapes. I actually brought out the old VHS player for the first time in a long time, and I said, you know, I've got these tapes. I want to, you know, just see them again. And back then I was recording like crazy. I'm so glad that I did. I haven't transferred it yet, so that's why I'm watching on the VHS player. And from 1999 to about 2001, watching the WWE. And one thing that I've noticed is that one person that I really enjoyed and completely forgot about was Shane McMahon's character. And, I mean, this guy could actually work a pretty good match, and I just like the vignettes and stuff that he was doing with the McMahon family and Test, you know, Steve Blackman, and go on and on and on. My question to you guys is, back then, did you have a liking towards Shane McMahon? Did you enjoy his work? And, you know, just share some of your thoughts about what you thought about him at that time. Was he entertaining to you? Was he interesting, or was he just flat out boring? So that's pretty much all I got.
Okay. Well, I found him entertaining in spots. I enjoyed his matches that he had. I thought it was a little, I thought it was kind of rough whenever he stole RVD's move, but I thought he was pretty good overall. But in times I would get a little sick of him. But what McMahon do you not get sick of?
I agree too. I think and for a while, I really enjoyed watching his matches. I remember his match with Kurt Angle was pretty awesome when he was throwing each other through the windows, and then his match with Test. That might have been his first one, the match with Test. That was good. And I thought he really plays like a heel that you just want to see beat up really well. Like when he's played up being rich and he's dancing around being annoying, and you're like, man, I just want to see somebody just beat the hell out of this guy.
Exactly. See, it was like his first major angle back in early '99 was against X-Pac. And, of course, that's where the Mean Street Posse first came into play. And, my gosh, I absolutely love those guys. Watching that stuff back then is just, it's like night and day compared to today, you know? And Shane McMahon he came across as this little snob, silver spoon looking, you know, asshole who had a lot of money, talks a lot of crap, and he's always hiding behind Vince McMahon's, you know, stature. And then you have X-Pac, who not many people, you know, at the time, you know, really thought that this guy could be as over as he was. And he was pretty damn sure over in the company around early '99, and Shane wins the European Championship from him, and they have this great match at WrestleMania 15 that I thought was going to be a dud back then, and turned out to be actually pretty damn entertaining. You have Triple H, who that was basically the start of his heel run. So, I mean, I think Shane McMahon has put together a whole lot of great matches back then. I just think I just wanted to bring him up because I think his character has either, been forgotten by some or, it's just not talked about as much. But I damn sure missed the guy being around in some storylines. And I think, you're right. I think Shane was great in small doses. And I think probably part of the problem with him is that, the WWE probably featured him in way too many storylines at times and didn't disperse him throughout the years.
I remember not liking his stuff with Kane because it was almost like he was going toe to toe with Kane, which I thought was kind of suspect at that time because Kane was like a real big monster,
and he had to shock his balls.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Like I like bits of that, but overall, just him kind of getting one up on Kane, I didn't really like that.
He had Kane at his mercy. All that Kane could come up with was like, I gotta get a car battery and shock this man's balls.
I do miss this over the top stuff like that though, like just some guy shot some guy's balls.
I mean, Shane did a lot of over-the-top stuff. I mean, remember, I'm not sure if you guys remember his entire, hardcore title storyline with Steve Blackman.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was SummerSlam 2000, I believe, the SummerSlam with the famous TLC. They were in the hardcore match, and Shane climbed all the way up to the Titantron and fell 70 feet or so, all the way down to this, the platform. I mean, of course, it was heavily padded, and I'm like, what in the hell is he doing? Yeah, and he landed square right in the middle of that padding, and an inch or two, no pun intended. He could have, really jeopardized himself. So, Shane was a part of some good stuff. But I think, you nailed it right on the head. He was just profiled a whole lot.
It is weird to me that it always seemed that Vince would sided with his daughter over his son. And you would think kind of an old school guy who was handing the company, got the company from his dad and who was getting from the dad before that, his grandfather. You think, and plus Shane's the eldest, the firstborn. You think he would have tried to pass the company down to Shane instead of Stephanie, but it always seemed like he went with Stephanie for some reason.
Yeah, I've never really understood it.
He's always staring at him.
There was a thread on the board there by Monty about how he believes Vince is like this old pervert.
Oh man.
Well, he's probably guilty as charged.
Oh well, maybe Monty has some inside information we should investigate. Maybe Scoots McGee should do his homework.
Exactly. Yeah. It was funny it just came out of the blue. I don't know why I brought it up today, but I was like, oh, it was pretty funny.
I don't know what it is about Monty has just gotten extremely hilarious over the last 4 or 5 months. We seriously need to recruit him on the show.
I'd love for it's always fun to hear from different people who listen to the show. If he's just crazy, I would hate to be let down and he'd just be like, "Hey, I'm on." But if he called in, it would be as crazy as he is in some of his posts. That would be pretty awesome.
He will forever be known as Mr. Battleship to me. So.
All right, man. Thank you for calling in, Spec. It's always good to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
No problem, guys. Wish you continued success, and I'll be listening to the remainder of the show. Have a good one, y'all.
All right. And your name is in the hat.
Yes. Hopefully, I can win a prize this week. Yes.
He's actually got 2 names in the hat, so he's got an extra chance here.
Awesome.
What would you do
later,
if somebody was upset with you that they didn't win the prize, Will, and they decided they were going to fight you? They beat you up, and then they get out their jumper cables and shock your balls.
Man, they just start shocking my nuts?
Yeah, after they beat your ass, because they didn't win a prize. They didn't get their Lionel Richie t-shirt.
Oh, man.
You're getting your balls shocked.
So why do they find me? If they just that doesn't matter. They don't get the prize. They break into my home, tie me up, and start shocking my balls.
Well, they go get their jumper cables, hook it up to their car battery, then start shocking your balls. That's a diabolical son of a bitch, ain't he?
Hey, I'll just be like, oh, do it to Incher, don't do it to me.
My balls are too precious.
I don't know.
Incher will never have kids.
But then see, they'd go to you and you just blow them away with all your arsenal of guns.
There you go. See, if you had a gun, it wouldn't happen.
I got a knife.
Shelton Benjamin believes in guns.
I got a big friggin' knife right here.
Yeah, but you don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Well, I'm bringing a knife to a ball shocking fight.
Well, that might give you a little upper hand, but eventually
Well,
the balls will get shocked.
What would you do if someone came there like, yo, Van's breaking down your door. He's like, I lost my life savings on this Kermit the Frog deal. I am shocking your balls, Incher.
I'll probably blow him away with my arsenal. That, or if he got me where I was like, you know, I didn't realize that he was about to shock my balls. Like, he was standing at the foot of my steps, and then the jumper cables come up and start shocking my balls. I'd probably just say, please stop shocking my balls.
See, I would think Van, he's kind of like, I'd see him like he's kind of like Dexter, where he would like, he would like inject you with something, he's a sneaky guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd just show up and just start, trying to pummel you and tie you up. He'd go about it in a sneaky way, be like, hey, check out this burger I got you. Jack, he's telling you the Wendys is good. No, this is a burger from Johnny Rockets or wherever you like. He'd try to trick you. And he'd say, look at this chili with extra beans, and it's got friggin' poison in it. And you'd be knocked out, and then you'd wake up, Van, he'd be tying you up. Shocking the balls.
Man, that would be bad times, that's for sure.
That's how Van operates.
I'd be like, Van, you maniacal son of a bitch. Stop shocking my balls. I didn't mean it. That's what my sources told me. Kermit was going to win. I put him on probation. What do you want? They said the frog didn't want to do it. They said he was scared of getting hurt. Sorry.
Why wasn't Miss Piggy involved in the Diva Battle Royal?
I don't know. I'd ask my sources about that, but
there wasn't too much Miss Piggy on Raw, was it?
Isn't like Beth Phoenix Jewish or something? Maybe that's why she wasn't in it.
So she wouldn't be eating pork? I wasn't saying like they should have Beth Phoenix just eating Miss Piggy out backstage or something.
What's up with that Hornswoggle? Why has he got a Muppet tattoo?
He's a loser.
Yeah. You're probably right. He is a loser.
You know what? This is an honest God true story.
Yeah?
Right here to the right. I haven't really lately, but I used to collect chess sets. I have different chess sets here, and right above me here, I have a Muppets chess set.
Oh, awesome. Who's the king and who's the queen?
Kermit the Frog's the king, and Miss Piggy's the queen.
Who's the knight?
The knights are Gonzo and Animal.
Oh, okay.
The rooks are the two old dudes. With their podiums. See, the bishops are Fozzie Bear and Chef. And the pawns are the little rat.
Awesome. No Dr. Teeth?
No Dr. Teeth.
Damn.
There was no Chef tonight, was there? Oh, the other night.
No, there wasn't. I don't think he was on there.
Mm-hmm.
No Janet. There wasn't hardly anybody but Animal.
Uh-huh.
No Big Bird.
Mm-hmm.
But Big Bird's more of a Sesame Street kind of thing.
He's not more of, he just is Sesame Street.
That is Sesame Street.
Mm-hmm.
That is like Kermit the Frog.
Muppets are on Sesame Street. Muppets, as in that the things on there are Muppets, but the Muppet Show and Sesame Street are two distinct shows.
Yeah.
Sesame Street is a children's show. Muppet Show, really, I know people don't believe in this, but I was thinking people I know on the Facebook stuff say, oh, it's a kid show. But the Muppet Show, the original Muppet Show is, I would say, it's aimed more. I mean, kids can watch it, but a lot of the comedy and stuff in it is more towards adult.
What was up with those Muppets living in the ghetto?
Hard times if you're a Muppet. What the hell? If you're a Muppet, what are you going to go do for work?
Yeah, that's true. I guess you got a point there.
Mm-hmm. Plus, let's see, you're a poor kid. You got money. You're watching TV. You're like, oh, these guys got all these rich people. I can't connect with them. And like, there's also a grouch living in a freaking trash can. I can relate to him.
Yeah. That is hard times living in a trash can.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder he's grouchy.
Now, could they do that on a regular kid show? Let's say a live-action kid show, okay? And one of the characters is this bum who lives in an alley.
Probably
Probably
see it on like Pee Wee Herman or something.
Well, that's more of a... But
hey,
yeah,
everybody! It's the bum who lives in the alley! I want to kill myself.
These sad times. He's trying to give he's trying to give him a Brojobs for some extra cash.
No, Mr. Bum, I don't want a Brojob. Teach the kids about their vowels. All right.
Would you want to learn about spelling from a bum in an alley?
No. I guess not. You got a point. You got me there.
Yeah.
I retreat.
We don't have alleys or bums around here, but where I live.
Uh-huh. You're an uptown girl, Jackie Jones.
Uptown girl.
You're living in your uptown world.
I'm not singing. You're mean to me.
I've broken his spirits.
All right, this in from Van. For the benefit of those listening to the archive of this show in November of 2012, who do you think will be the two WWE World Champions 1 year from today?
This is like a Back to the Future kind of thing.
Right, so we're going to answer now, and then people are listening in the future to us. They're like, you know what, I just found this in your head. It's freaking awesome. This Jack, he's just singing all the time. I just can't get enough of it. Let me check out some of these old shows when Jack started singing, and really the show really just started to really take off. Let's go back to November 2011. Oh my God, who did Jack and Intra think were the world champions?
I think
it's today. Were they right?
I'm going to make my prediction, Jack. And I think it's a pretty safe bet to put your money on John Cena.
John Cena, and I don't think Mark Henry will still be like a big time dude in a year from now.
But John Cena isn't the current heavyweight champion, but he is in the running.
Yeah. So you're gonna cop out and say John Cena and Randy Orton.
I don't know about the other belt. Let's see. Who would be the other belt?
I'm gonna throw a different name out there. I'm gonna say John Moxley. I think by a year from today he's gonna debut. He's gonna get over huge, and he's gonna be a top guy in WWE. Him and CM Punk.
I don't know. They're pretty. They don't like to push people right away, especially when they come from the indies.
Mm-hmm. I'm predicting it. Maybe I'm kidding myself, but I'm saying that. So 2012, people, you're listening to the show, and you say, "Oh, Jack, boy, he can sing, but boy, is he dumb. He was totally wrong with this guy. He ain't nothing." They debuted him as the Milkman Moxley. He was like a door-to-door milkman salesman, and he just totally flopped and was fired in a week. But I'm predicting right now that he's in debut. Big time, and he's going to go right to the top.
I'm going to go a little out on a limb with my SmackDown, since I copped out on the first one. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler, all right.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler will be the SmackDown champ.
Mm-hmm.
1 year from today.
Hey, that's a good question, Van. You got us thinking.
Yeah, I know.
Instead of just what Intra's normally doing. That's stinking.
Hey!
What?
It's not nice.
Oh.
10 push-ups.
Box! Mm-hmm. Boxman wants to know, are you pumped for Brodus Clay or what?
I wouldn't necessarily want to say pumped, but yeah, I guess.
I'm pumped. I like the big, nasty, fat heel. I like that.
Like,
I dig it.
when you're going to bed at night, is the thing that's keeping you up that you really want to see Brodus Clay on wrestling?
Boys, Brodus Clay keeping me up.
Is it more like a 2-inch nanny?
Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, man. It's like, oh, man, it's almost been 4 hours. I better call a friggin' doctor. I'm so into this Brodus Clay.
And what were you thinking about? Brodus Clay, Doc.
Like, who the hell is that? And I show him a picture. And he's like, I can't blame you. But no, Brodus Clay, I like that. I like the...
Ooh, doctor, is that a pencil?
I like the vignettes. It's cool stuff. I mean, look, if you look back throughout the history of wrestling, your time watching wrestling, you remember these vignettes. Now, you remember the ones that were for guys that really took off, like Razor Ramon. You remember how...
Say hello to the bad guy.
Yeah. You also remember the ones for guys that didn't pan out. Like Outback Jack, I remember all his vignettes. I remember Carlito, I mean, the guy was around for a while, but he didn't pan out the way they wanted. But I remember his vignettes. I remember Nathan Jones' vignettes. The point is, the vignettes, they make you, they stick with you. The guys are known right away when they come up on TV. Now, if they pan out or not, you can't know for sure, but it starts them out with an extra bonus there on the right track.
I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be, like, overwhelmed with excitement, but you're just kind of curious.
I am. I'm freezing. I'm just like, there's just semen flying out of my pants. I'm just so, like, overwhelmed.
I didn't know you knew any sailors.
Yeah, I got, like, them in my clown pants. The clown car. Yeah. The semen just flying out of that car.
Mm-hmm.
Man, where's Miss Destiny when you need her? But anyway, what else? Any other questions here from the plebeians? $1 Million Boy wants to know: will you ever be a werewolf? I hope not. Bad days.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I can do a show with a werewolf. That'd be rough. I don't know if you're my audio soulmate then.
Oh, what? He racist?
No, I mean, you're a freaking werewolf. How am I going to do, like, an audio show with you?
You saying you
do is growl.
You saying if I would convert to Judaism or
No.
like, you're not going to be my friend anymore?
I mean, if you're a werewolf, I mean, you want to eat me. Which isn't too much different from how it is now, but you just grunt and go, "Arr!" And then sometimes you come home from the chicken coop, you killed some chickens, and...
Are you saying now, if I'm your buddy...
scratch your ears with your hind legs?
I was like, I've always wanted to try a human steak. Can I just, like, carve off a piece of you? There won't be anything that you'll miss. It'll just be... you probably, I don't know, just the part you're not going to use, throw it on the steak and quench my desire for human. You wouldn't do that for me?
Here is wherein lies the problem. I don't think you would be able to communicate that with me. I think you would just try to take it. And the answer to that question, if you did, express it in that way, I would have said no. But you would probably just growl and try to bite me.
Well, it's like I can't. The luscious meat of the luscious biceps is too tempting.
Yeah, but I think Rick Steiner, his brother, would be your best friend, because he always says, if you don't like me, bite me.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably like him.
You don't like me, bite me. What was it? Then what would he follow that up with?
You want some? Come get some.
Yeah. Someone didn't Cena steal that a few years later.
Yeah, probably.
I think he was using it for a while.
Yeah, Rick Steiner wasn't using it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it when he talked crap to Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
That was good stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Do you think he just went backstage and just was like, what the hell was I just doing?
Do you think that's why he would shoot on guys years later? He's just taking out the frustration of having to do
I had to do a promo with a freaking doll.
What's the difference between that and the Muppets?
Well, the Muppets is kind of lighthearted, but...
Yeah.
I mean, he was telling, like, Chucky he was going to beat his ass and stuff.
Yeah. I bet they would have done match if they could have figured out a way to do it.
That would have been awesome.
I would have liked to have seen him give Chucky a Steiner line.
Yeah. It could have been like the first Child's Play where they had like a midget running around.
Mm.
Would have been good stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Who would have been a good Chucky midget?
I don't know. Hornswoggle?
Yeah, what the hell. All right,
Psycho,
speaking of...
the Muppet Dwarf, or... Puppet the Psycho Dwarf, or... That's his name, Puppet.
Yeah. Speaking of crazy midgets,
yeah.
we've got Al Meatball Fan here in the line. We got Joel Gomez.
Hello, Jack. Hello, Jack. How you doing?
Oh man, baby, I got some clam chowder for you, honey. How you doing, Joel?
That's my Halloween voice. How you doing? I'm doing fine. How about you, Mr. Jack?
Dude, not so bad at all. I'm here with my audio soulmate. Earlier, I was talking to my bro man Eric. It's all good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You've been quite calm today.
I heard
Jack.
Eric promised me a bro job later tonight, so it's good times.
Oh my goodness!
I see that. Nice.
You've called into the wrong show, clearly, sir.
He called into the right one.
Right. Well, there's nothing wrong with in your head. It's always the right show to call.
Yeah, that's my man.
Mm-hmm.
And have the time of your life.
Do they have Muppets in Spain or Portugal?
In Tampa, yeah. Sometimes we do get cartoons here in Tampa.
It's not a cartoon. I mean, the Muppets.
But the Muppets
they cartoons
air
are
during the cartoon hour.
Muppet Babies. Now that was a cartoon.
I like
there you
Muppet
go.
Babies. Did you ever see that episode of The State where they had Muppet for dinner?
No.
Jack? No.
What's The State?
That MTV like sketch comedy show, The State.
I never watched it.
Oh, well, they had Muppet one time for dinner.
Oh, really? They ate a Muppet?
Yeah. And it was like this blue meat.
Hey.
It's pretty interesting.
Was this on pay-per-view or normal television?
MTV, where you can see Beavis and Butthead tomorrow.
At the Jersey Shore?
I haven't seen the new Beavis and Butthead.
I haven't either. I was looking forward to it. I think it's on demand or something.
I've seen some clips, and it does look like it is similar to the original series.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the same guys.
No, it could be watered down, because it could be.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to say it's bad or good until I watch it, but I'm looking forward to it. I've heard good stuff about it.
Probably good, yes. But about Raw, should we talk about Raw?
Certainly.
Go for it, dog.
Unfortunately, the point I was going to put across was similar to what Spexon. I think it was Spexon that said it. It was the greatest part of the show was really the Muppets. Specifically, that chest bump match between Miss Piggy and Vicky. I thought it was quite hilarious, and it was quite the Muppet classic moment, in my opinion.
The classic Muppet moment of the millennium.
Yes. I think of 2011.
What'd you think of it, Inch Dog?
You think Kermit got a Muppet on whenever Kelly Kissed him?
I could see him shaking.
Mm-hmm. Rising the blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think Kelly would bang a Muppet?
According to Randy Orton, she probably would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe that she has banged worse.
Now, what Muppet would you like to see some Kelly on Muppet porn with?
Maybe that. What's the name of that monster? That guy seems to have a lot of energy. He has a lot of energy, So that's
Animal.
Yeah,
or that big monster that was like a guy in a suit.
Can we cheat and get like the maggot worm from Guar, the thing that would eat people? Can we do that? The world maggot or whatever they call it.
You're into some hardcore stuff there, ain't you?
Yeah, and see Kelly getting eaten by a big thing. It ain't Jerry Springer.
Hey.
I would not have doubts that she has banged a lot. Probably. Yeah. Whenever you allow yourself to pee in the sink, I don't think you can.
Well, God
really
bless her.
I'd like to see her with Fozzie Bear. That guy needs to. He seems like a good dude.
Waka
I
waka.
like his
waka.
hats. Mm-hmm. He always wears nice hats.
He seems like he could need a piece broken off to him.
Yeah.
Piece of the pie.
He's just watching Kermit get Miss Piggy all the time.
Yeah.
He needs something too.
He's sick of being the third wheel, for Christ's sakes. Gonzo has his chickens, so he's cool.
Choking the chickens.
How about if I know this is a Sesame Street character?
I'll never look at the Muppets
picturing...
the same. Thanks, guys.
Yes. Hold on, now it's Sesame Street as well.
That's why you never see him from the waist down. It's just like freaking anarchy going on in set.
Like crabs and
People's
stuff.
hands
But
up
imagine,
their
like,
asses.
Exactly.
Fetishes.
It's like, it's more than fisting. It's like elbowing.
Elbow deep.
Do you remember that saying when you're a kid, did you ever stick anything smaller than your elbow in your ear?
Iggy Pop never heard that.
They would tell you that so you don't put anything in your ear.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, enter.
Yes,
Picture this. Kelly and the Cookie Monster. I know this is from Sesame Street. Cookie Monster doing her doggy style.
I don't know. I mean, would that ride out his obsession with cookies? And he'd have to,
I don't know.
Do the deed.
She'll let. I think she'll.
I mean, he's pretty crazy about cookies. He might want to eat her cookie.
Oh, we could have like a plate of cookies on her ass while he was banging her. So it like double dip. Like. Does
the Cookie Monster like milk? He never seems to be able to stop shaking enough to, dip him in milk.
I don't think he cares much for
the new Cookie Monster. He just eats one cookie.
Really?
Because he wants it's to teach kids not to overeat and get
fat. So he could only have one cookie on Kelly's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But he'd be getting exercise, so he might be wearing off all the cookie calories.
That's true.
I think Bert and the other guy, they prefer
Ernie?
milk. Ernie and Bert, they do prefer milk more than Cookie Monster.
I've never heard somebody say Bert and the other guy. That's a pretty easy one to remember.
Yeah.
Well, but we use different, it's in Portugal, we use different names. So.
Oh, okay. But you would be the first person I ever heard say Bert and the other guy.
It's Eggers and Beckers here.
Lost in translation.
Yeah. I know the other guy is Ernie, so yeah.
Mm.
Yes. So yes, what
are we talking about?
I don't know. Banging Muppets.
Cartoon porn.
All right, it's not cartoon. It's freaking Muppets.
In your head, anti day. Anti.
I don't know what that is.
Nobody
knows.
It's
Japanese for a pervert.
Just nod your head and say, all right.
Anti.
Cool, Joel.
That's a good call, Joel. You'll be into the front.
Thank you for calling in, man.
I always bring the sanity. To this show.
Anyone wants to call in, it's 508-644-8503. We talk about some stuff here. I don't know. What else is going on in the world of wrestling that everyone's interested in? You can post it here in the chat room. Mm-hmm. You can email. If you PM it to me, you'll also be entered in the prize wheel. And I'm going to take a break here quick. I'm going to refill the coffee incher, and we'll come back, talk about some stuff, and then probably wrap it up. What do you think?
Yeah, 11 o'clock. We're cutting this thing off. Mm-hmm. No guest tonight. Just didn't show up. They didn't provide the details. We said 9 o'clock.
We said 8. Then he wanted to do it at 9. He wanted to do it later. So all right, 9.
We're
then
flexible. We can change it.
Just didn't do it. We could have had somebody else on here for you. We could have had the maestro. We could have had a lot of people, but we didn't. We're trying to promote Dragon Gate USA, but whatever. They don't want to. They don't want promotion. They ain't getting promotion. What do you think about that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll be right back.
Yes, indeedy.
This is Rock Riddle, the original Mr. Wonderful of professional wrestling. You are listening to InYourHeadOnline.com. You are so
lucky.
All right. We have returned here to ball-shocking Brojobs. That's so far the winning name for the program tonight.
That's the front runner.
Uh-huh.
I can't think of any backups, so we're probably just going to have to stick with that.
Specs on he coined it ball-shocking and Brojobs, but I kind of like ball-shocking Brojobs. Like the Brojobs is so good that it's ball-shockingly good.
Whatever.
All right, let's reel this back into some wrestling for the end of the program. What do you think?
If it's possible.
Mm-hmm. So, the wrestling this week, was there anything that really tickled your fancy outside of Raw? We talked about Raw. Was there anything else that just really grabbed you?
There's some stuff on the message board that I thought I could bring up, but I'm not recalling what it was at the moment. I'll go take a look-see, see what we can talk about.
Well, Mick Foley's returning to WWE.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's going to be a special guest, a special guest referee versus Cena and Morrison versus Miz and R-Truth in Dublin, Ireland.
Oh, that's good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good, because, TNA don't want nothing to do with him anymore, so...
Yeah.
He left Finley, he turned down an offer from TNA.
Yeah, now do you think he did that just because he didn't want to go? I kind of get the impression that, because I know Rikishi had said this originally when they first let him go, that they told him not to go there and they'd probably bring him back, which they never did. But I always get the impression anyway that when they let him go that they would bring him back eventually.
Yeah, he was let go over some silly circumstances where, he had Miz interrupt the Star Spangled Banner, and that pissed off a lot of the veterans at the show.
Uh-huh.
So he was let go because of that. And I think, maybe someday down the road they'll bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's probably what it was. And I know, what's his name, Jamie Noble, he had the same deal, too.
Mm-hmm.
They told him not to go to TNA, and they'd eventually bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see what happens there.
Yeah. Now, some people are saying, well, why would they want to hire this older guy? But I think he'd be good for the company. Now, I think actually as an in-ring wrestler, and he's always the guy that, the younger guys work with and really improve.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, they always said he did wonders with the women's division while he was there.
Yeah.
So I think he'd be valuable to your company in a lot of ways.
St. Clair Broadcasting, they purchased a new station or something, or new
station, so there'll be more places that ROH will be able to be seen.
That's good news.
Cliff Compton, Shelly Martinez were apparently backstage at OVW tapings.
Who?
Cliff Compton.
Compton, I don't know him.
He was, he's one of the 50s guys there, the Greasers.
Oh.
Domino.
Yeah, Domino.
Yeah.
All right. Huh. They trying to get a job?
Mm-hmm. I guess so. Well, it's OVW, so I don't know why anyone really cares.
Yeah, OVW, they don't have anything to do with WWE anymore.
Mm-hmm. TMZ, they have pictures of Randy Orton. He had to get staples in his head because he was in a street fight.
Damn. Who did he get in a street fight with?
I don't know. I didn't know anything about this.
Damn.
Oh, street fight match. WWE, this is from TMZ.com. WWE superstar Randy Orton opened up a nasty wound on his head during a WWE street fight match.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't in an actual street fight.
Yeah. But they got videos of him getting his head stapled together.
Ouch.
All right, who we got? We got the mighty Lexar here on the line.
Hello. How you doing?
Not too bad.
Doing pretty good, Lexar.
Yeah. I'm feeling mighty.
Oh yeah, Lucky Mighty. Is that your buddy or what?
He's the mighty Lexar.
Oh, I see.
I'm teaming it up. All
right, so you're feeling almighty, Lexar. you were out trick or treating. You got all your candy. Now you're sitting home listening to some In Your Head. How was Halloween?
Halloween was big. As always. Mighty Halloween.
Okay.
Halloween.
Excellent. Who would be your favorite Halloween-y, creepy wrestler?
Halloween creepy wrestler. Well, that would be the Mighty Lexar.
Really? You're
yourself?
Everything.
Woo!
Huh. Did you think AJ looked good as Katana? AJ
I always
Lee, of
picture
course,
myself.
not AJ Styles.
I always picture myself as one of those Marvel comic characters. Like, if I would create a Marvel comic character, I would create the Mighty Lexar, all muscled up, all have horns on each side of the head, has superpowers.
So you'd be at a gas house.
Huh?
You'd be a gas house.
Are you a big man, Lexar? Do you got the muscles? Do you pump the iron?
Yes, I do. I pump the iron. Oh. The character pumps the iron.
I'm not a character. I'm talking about reality. This is a real person. Are you pumped up?
Not really. But in the character, he does get pumped up. He does get muscular. He beats up everybody he doesn't like.
Man, you put some thought into this, Lexa.
Yeah. I think you've lost connection between reality and fantasy. I think you're living in a fantasy world.
I'm living in a Marvel comic world. That's when I want to pitch my Mighty Lexar characters to probably the Marvel or some type of comic book.
If you were in the Marvel comics, who would you have as a girlfriend? Would it be like Jubilee or Rogue or
She-Hulk?
She-Hulk's pretty hot.
She-Hulk probably.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a quarter off that green ass.
Absolutely. About the hat.
Lexar, do you have anything about wrestling?
Yes, I got two topics.
Right.
First off, last Monday with the Muppets, how do you think they did?
The Muppets. We've been talking about the Muppets all night. Let's flip this around, Lexar. What the hell did Mighty Lexar think of the Muppets?
I thought the Muppets. I thought they did pretty good. I thought at the top of the show that it's going to be all kitty and everything, but they actually did pretty good in the hosting thing. And they had pretty funny segments at the top of the show, calling Vicky Guerrero, Jack Swagger's mother, a Beaker getting a Sheamus hairdo.
Oh, yeah.
And
I think Beaker had it first. Sheamus stole it from Beaker.
I believe he did.
Yes.
We found out they're related, though.
Yeah.
See? We had some, mixing there, somewhere in the long line.
Yeah, Beaker's got a better tan.
Mm-hmm.
And got their hairdo, too.
Mm-hmm.
And once you go Muppet, you don't go back.
Man. That don't even rhyme.
It doesn't.
If you want to... But that's a different story.
What was your other topic there, Lexar?
You say
Saturday morning, WrestleMania tickets sale. And you can't believe the ringside seats, how much it cost this year. $1,500.
How many tickets?
$1,500. Do you think with today's economy, with people don't have no jobs and they could barely afford anything, do you think the fans can afford purchasing the ringside seats for this year's WrestleMania or in the future WrestleManias?
I think people will pay it no matter what, just because they want to be able to say, I was ringside at WrestleMania 28. Right. Is that what we're up to?
I can't eat, but I'm going to WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. I'm broke as a joke now, but I'm going to the WrestleMania. Gonna see me some wrestling matches.
They got to see the wrestling. So, Mighty Lexar, how much did you buy front row tickets?
Well, they're going on sale this Saturday, and they have the pre-sale tomorrow on the internet. So I'm probably thinking of getting it the first thing Saturday morning, 10 a.m.
Damn, though, that is expensive for front row seats. What's the price range you're going for?
Probably the $100 ones.
So you're going to get like $200 tickets?
Are you buying tickets for Incher and Jack?
Am I buying tickets for you guys? I'm not sure how. Probably.
See, look at this Incher. WrestleMania tickets, Brojobs, we're living it up.
This is the Mighty Lexar. Buying us tickets.
After all.
Someone's playing friggin' like country music or something. I don't know what's going on.
I got a question. The buddy that was just talking there, where's he from? He's from Canada? Is he from Canada or something?
He wants to hook up, but where are you from?
I'm from the mean streets of Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, really?
This isn't a dating line, dude.
Man, when you said internet, you're like internet. Ah, damn. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, buddy. I bothered and interrupt you, but I don't really care either way.
Dan Rice.
I haven't took his call for months. I'm trying to be nice, take him back, and he just goes right back to his little ways, interrupting.
That's Dan Rice's M.O.
All right, Lexar, it's been good talking to you. You've been entered in the contest. So check out the website later tonight. You might win yourself a prize.
Awesome. Can't wait. See you guys.
It's always happening talking to you.
Dan, I got a question for you, bub. Let's talk man to man here, all right?
I was sitting here. I was waiting. I'm waiting. Just. I called a little earlier and didn't. Well, I got an answer machine, so I'll try again. I'm sitting here listening to the old man's CD. So go ahead, shoot her up.
So I see you on the Facebook. You're talking to the Michelle McCool, and she keeps calling you like a creep. Why do you get these responses from Michelle McCool?
Oh man, I don't know what her problem is. I don't even really think it's her.
You don't think it's her? You think it's a faker?
Truthfully, that's my honest to godless opinion.
Jack, you think it's a faker?
Well, I don't think it's the real Michelle McCool. Why would the real Michelle McCool talk to anybody like that? Think about it, for a minute.
Why would she call anybody a creep?
No, but why would she talk to anybody, a fan or anybody like that?
So you're saying you're so insignificant, why would she even want to talk to you?
Really, to answer that is, you want to ask her ask her who she really is. There you go. You want to put her in her wall. Say, Dan Rice wants to know who you really are. No, don't say Dan Rice.
Why don't you just post
who are you, really? Really, who are you?
Hey, maybe it's Dan Rice.
Because I don't think it's really Michelle McCool. Because
it could be Dan Rice himself.
No.
Are you really Michelle McCool, Dan Rice?
I don't put up fake profiles. I'm doing well enough and good enough on my own there, buddy.
You ever do the little dance in the mirror?
Oh God, no.
Oh.
God, no. What do you think though? Is the Undertaker coming back or what?
Man, you love him.
You had any questions about that on your show or what?
Boo, you're a freaking Canadian.
Huh?
Are you Canadian? You said a boot.
A boot?
Yeah, he said a boot, didn't he?
He did say a boot.
I didn't say a boot.
I think you're a closeted Canadian.
I don't even know if I said a boot.
You said a boot? Is there any questions about that? I heard it. But what do you think, Andrew? She just said, will he come back on TV with like a crew cut, or will he just have like a big old wig on? What's going to happen?
Undertaker in a wig.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. He'll come back for WrestleMania, Dan. I'm pretty sure.
Fuck. I mean, excuse me, sorry about the foul language there, but I think he's going to come back. He'll just show up like he always does, right out of the freaking blue, and then bang, there you'll see him. Right out of nowhere, like on a pay-per-view. Boom, Undertaker. He'll grab somebody and just slam him on the mat, and then boom, he'll disappear. Lights will go off again, or whatever, and then boom. And they'll be like, Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole, did you freaking see that? Did you see that? Boom. Then the next Monday after the pay-per-view, did you see that? You know how it goes, man.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. Now right out of the blue.
Dan Rice, when the Undertaker and that music hits, then what do? Do you cower underneath your cushions? You cry? Do you get in the closet? Or you
man, I sit there and I say, well, thank freaking God, man. There he is, right on.
Man.
I thought it was awesome when Triple H got the shit kicked out of him.
By who? By Nash?
Undertaker.
Yeah, Nash, man. Kicked his ass.
All right, Dan Rice. Now, Undertaker, he comes back. Who does he face if this is his final WrestleMania? The final?
Who does he face? Well, the way they're making it out is, well, it won't be Triple H. I'm thinking that it'll be probably Nash.
Really? You don't think it'll be like Beaker and Santino?
Beaker and Santino. Man, that was a joke, wasn't it? Did you man, that was pathetic.
Kevin,
that was pathetic.
You think that they would end Undertaker's his WrestleMania run versus Kevin Nash?
The Muppets would ruin anybody's whatever you call it. The Muppets.
Well, we got some other callers here, Dan.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go and do it with some ladies, drinks.
He's got to go masturbate to internet porn, is what he's saying.
Take her cool, Neil. Love you, buddy.
See you, man.
Take her easy.
Take her cool. Good old Dan Rice. So we've got from Dan Rice Centra. We're stepping up on the world because now we've got the one and the only. He is the glory hole William Morey.
If you can't fuck it, then tell her to suck it.
Oh, man.
That's the way you talk to your mother, young man?
That's the way I talk to my, to all ladies, young man.
Oh, man.
You can learn. So this guy, he knows how to sweet talk to women.
Hey, you know what?
He is quite fancy.
Fuck, you got to be able to tell her to suck it. You know? What's a lady friend without telling her to suck it?
See?
This man's a wordsmith.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, you know, you can't just have a lady friend and not see the tits or see her naked. You gotta have her suck it.
So you subscribe to the theory on When Harry Met Sally that boys and girls cannot just be friends.
Exactly. You gotta fuck it.
I see what you're saying, sir.
Now, I've been thinking all on this show's been a lot of fun, Sherman's enjoying it, but it needs classed up a little bit, need a little polish. And here to do it is William Morey.
Well, I'll tell you my personal experiences. When you have a chick that's like 5 foot, she's really hot, got big ass, tight ass, she knows it, you can't be a friend with her because you know you want to tear it up. So you got to tell her, bottom line, you know, I got to fuck it or we can't be friends.
I got a question for you, William.
Yeah.
If you're a Marvel superhero, which one do you make your girlfriend?
I'd make my own.
You draw your own?
Yes.
Is that allowed? Is that against the rules, Jack?
Man, maybe that's a superpower. He breaks the third wall and just starts drawing his own storyline.
So he's going like weird science territory here. He's making his own woman.
Weird science.
Mm-hmm. Boy, that chick was hot, wasn't she? What's she look like now, I wonder? Hard saying.
Old.
All right, William, my boy, my bouncing baby boy, Billy. What is on now? It's Halloween time. What is your favorite Halloweeny creepy wrestler?
My favorite creepy wrestler? That's a tough question. I would have to say the Gobbledygooker or the Boogeyman.
Yeah, Boogeyman, that's a good one. Intro. I used to have an idea for that guy.
I think we've heard it way too much.
What? Oh my God.
Go ahead.
No, not too, man.
See, I was a little disappointed with Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
See, I had this idea. Now check this out.
Did it involve the Boogeyman?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a hell of an idea.
Alright. So you take you know how Survivor Series, you have the basic 5-man teams. Well, you would take a team of WWE stars of today versus the Attitude stars.
Uh-huh.
Let's say Triple H, The Rock, you could get Austin, you could get Undertaker, have the 5 biggest names from the Attitude Era go against 5 of the top stars of today. Including The Rock, because I heard he's going to wrestle, but I think it's a big waste having him wrestle The Miz in a tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could have been huger.
I agree. I said this last week. You should have had Rock. You could have done, like you said, the Attitude Era versus the PG. Not called PG era, call it the new era, modern era, whatever. But have Rock and a group of his contemporaries versus Cena and a group of current guys. You tease the matchup for WrestleMania. They already hate each other. You continue the hatred.
And you could have Cena as as the captain of
the other
era stars.
Right, and then you tease them. You don't give away the match that you're doing at WrestleMania. You give them a couple spots. You get people salivating. My God, I want to see this, but you don't give it to them. They get a double count out, a double DQ, something like that. But just a little bit of seeing those guys together to build up the WrestleMania match. The way they're doing it now, I just think it's so bad because they've already established them as feuding with each other. They're having a match. So why would they suddenly tag team? Plus, John Cena beats up both Miz and Truth by himself. Why does he need the help of The Rock for?
Exactly. That was so fucking dumb of an ending to have Cena take them both out, and then you're like, yeah, it's a wasted opportunity because why would you want to see Rock and Cena be tag team? You want to see them have some kind of altercation, some kind of involvement against each other. And it would be a big matchup because it would prove which era is most dominant. And you could even have the WWE now somehow win it tentatively with like the Miz or True Cheater.
Sure, exactly.
And still come out with your face and money with the matchup from WrestleMania being even more huger now because you have these one-of-a-kind opportunities.
Yeah.
I think they are wasting it.
Mm-hmm. This tag team thing, I just think it's ill-conceived.
Yeah, it's a pretty silly idea. What did you think about The Rock accepting, though, on this week's Raw?
I was really underwhelmed by his promo.
You thought it could have been better?
Yeah, a lot better. I didn't think it was very good.
Well, it's hard material to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I didn't think it. I wasn't blown away by it. I thought it was kind of subpar Rock stuff.
Yeah.
I have to agree.
Were you?
I thought the beginning was pretty good because now sometimes it just sounds kind of corny now when he insults Cena because it's like really they're gonna team up now. They're gonna be these two baby faces and yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't understand why they're doing that if they're feuding them with each other. It just makes no sense.
Yeah. And then, of course they're going to split up. I mean, you're already having the match. It's just kind of stupid.
Yeah, I mean, already Cena's going to get booed out of New York.
And the storyline was he had to find the best guy in the world to be able to compete against Miz and Truth. But at the same time, he's just beating them all the time, make them look like goons. So why did he have to go and get someone so great like the Rock for his partner anyway? He can beat both of them by himself.
Yeah.
Well, that's what killed it this past Monday.
Yeah, he could just pick Santino or somebody as his partner. Why did he get the Rock?
That's true. Maybe he just wants to give them a good ass whooping just so they know what's up.
It's a setup?
Could be. Who knows?
Man, he just set the Rock up.
How honestly can you take
No, that would actually be good if he was to set up the Rock. He tags the Rock in. Rock gets in. All three of them just start beating up the Rock. Cena turns heel.
Now, I read a report that that Vince is very down on having heel factions. He doesn't like the idea, and he wants to keep Rock kind of protected and with less people around him.
I like heel factions. I don't know why he's against them. They work. Probably just because the Nexus didn't take off, but I mean, it did for a while.
A heel faction is just what Raw needs right now. You need that group. That's why I thought R-Truth and Miz were leading to was a group of a faction of some kind.
Yeah, plus you got the Vicky. That's kind of like a faction, kind of like the Vicky family there.
Well, what faction wasn't a heel that actually took off?
Like the babyface factions don't work too much. Like DX, but originally they were heels. But for the most part, it's usually the heel faction.
The Union took off.
Nah, the Union. That
was a big babyface.
Yeah. Go back to saying some vulgarities there, William.
William's a good man. All right,
William, we can grab the 2x4s. It's time to whoop some ass.
William, you're a good man. Thank you for calling in. You've been entered in the contest, and we will talk to you.
I get spin on sex wheel. Woo!
You very well might.
He's turning it into a sex wheel.
Yeah. If I do win, can you say sex wheel for me?
I will. If I pull your name out of the hat, I'm going to say the sex wheel.
And on the sex wheel, you won a Lionel Richie T-shirt.
Oh yeah, bumping all night, and busting all day.
Yeah, you'd be getting all the chicks with that on.
Oh yeah, all the cougars in the 40s and 50s.
Exactly. See, he's thinking. William's always thinking it true.
I envy the man who wins that Lionel Richie T-shirt.
It's on there. It's on there. Thank you, Billy Boy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Have a great show.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, all right. Speaking of the prize wheel intro, we want to thank, of course, Bombshell Comics. They put out some awesome products. The cartoonist himself, Michael Zrazorka, he's a good man. Of course, Kayfabe Commentaries, Slamoween, and of course, GeekGirlsOnline.com.
Oh, I love his geeky girls.
So Van, since he lost all his money in this scheme by the incher, he can't afford the subscription anymore to GeekGirlsOnline.com. So he's hoping he wins it tonight.
It's not a scam. Not a scam. $9.95. You can get the information of who's going to win the matches, when they're going to win them, who's going to get the belts. That's a good deal, Jack. It's a good deal. Place your bets early. Make a little money off of some Taker. What do you think?
I don't know. Sounds pretty. I was thinking, what if we took this Geek Girls Online concept, all right, and we did the Heady Girls Online, where it's like Mrs. Big Red Machine and Crystal and Miss Destiny and Patricia and Rogue, and they're sitting around listening in your head on podcast in the nude.
That's a good idea, man. Where do I sign up for this site?
$9.99.
$9.99.
It's good stuff. All right,
Jack, I've had a good
Eric
time.
Real quick, though, Eric, what is Bombshell Comics? Bombshell Comics. They put out comic books, graphic novels, e-zines. Cartoonist Michael Zazorka, and he donated a one-of-a-kind, I think there's a couple, limited edition print of Ric Flair that he illustrated himself, and it's signed by himself, and he's donated that to the site to give out to one special prize winner of In Your Head, a listener to In Your Head. I think it's pretty sweet.
Excellent. Somebody could win that. Whoever name is drawn from the hat. You get yourself a spin, and you could win.
Exactly.
Get yourself a spin, and you could win. What do you think about that, Jack?
Too bad. And what? It's all done. No, there's no cuts. No cuts. It's whoever I pull out wins, and whatever I spin, they win. No second chances. And all you got to do, you call in the show, post a comment, or, as many people have been entering, what you do throughout the week, anytime, you promote in your head on your Facebook, your MySpace, your Twitter, your Google Plus, No One Special's Friendster, on your website, your blog, wherever it is, your YouTube page, you scream it out your window, but that one's going to be hard to prove. Send me a link that you did it, and your name goes in the wheel. Well, it goes in the hat. It's good times.
Once again, I'm sorry, man, but I've had a good show tonight. Let's end this puppy.
Nice. Send it up next week here on the program. I think we're probably going to have the Stro. Maybe someone from Dragon Gate USA. I don't know. I don't know about that one. But I'll be there next Friday. But we'll probably have the Stro on here. He's got a new movie out he wants to talk about, so that's going to be pretty cool. Jerry Jarrett will be on soon. He's back from his business trip. So it's going to be good stuff. And right here tomorrow night, the same stream you're listening to now, the same phone, the same chat room, withoutyourhead.com. We're going to be talking to Tyler Main, who played Michael Myers in the Rob Zombie versions of Halloween. That's going to be pretty awesome.
Also Sabretooth.
Yep, Sabretooth in the X-Men film, the original one. He wasn't the little punky Sabretooth they added later. He was the big, mean one in the first one.
Yeah.
He was the ass-kicking one, yeah.
All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Hope we didn't get too sleazy for you.
Yeah. I say sleaze it up.
Talk to you all next week. Goodbye for now. Tyler Main, looking forward to that.
Yeah, good times, good times.
Hey, don't miss out. Stay with Dr. Death in your head on the internet. One of the best radio you can listen to. In your head, come on with Dr. Death.